Now, why do you guys not like them?
I have no reason, personally, myself. It's just my mom, she went to King, so, like, I was just always taught, like, no, don't like Cass. Like, she's like, no, just don't like Cass. Like, you could like any other school but them. I just hate them.
We don't say the name of who we're playing this week.
Yeah, the school on Grand River.
Those people on Grand River, that's how we refer to them.
I take the C off, so I don't even mention Grand River. I take the C off.
You know, that's Grand River. We're Lafayette or whatever they want to call us.
So we either call them Queen or East Lafayette.
And why is that?
It's because they ain't, to us, they're not king, you know, they queen.
It's deeper than football in this game. If you even went to King, you have to play football. I don't like it. Sorry that you went to Cass. Like, I can't stand Cass.
If we play marbles, if it's King and Cass, we're going to get an outpouring of people.
This is Auburn, Alabama. This is Ohio State, Michigan. This is Michigan, Michigan State.
It's for King of the city.
State Champs Sports Network is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. Visit ltu.edu today. State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza, home of the original flavored crust pizza. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Reaction Technologies. Up your game. Go to reactiontechnologies.com for more information. The Construction Association of Michigan, the voice of the construction industry in Michigan. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Hey everybody, Patty Cesarini here with State Champs, coming to you from Cass Tech football field, where we are just moments away from the biggest rivalry in Detroit, Cass versus King. Let's send it to Sean and Grant for the preview.
Well, thank you very much, Patty, and welcome into Cass Tech along with my broadcast partner, Grant Perry. My name is Sean Belegian. You're in for a treat tonight. One of the best rivalries that you will find in the state of Michigan, Cass Tech taking on Detroit King. And let's get right into it, Grant. You talk about Cass Tech. You know they've got a ton of athletes, including a guy who's up for Mr. Football.
Yeah, Corey Sadler Jr., you're going to see him #1. He is a playmaker. Last year on their 7-4 team, he played quarterback just due to the resources they had at the position. This year they've had the ability to get him back into the skill role position, both offensively and defensively, and boy, is he a game changer. Over 30 offers to go play football. He'll have the decision to go wherever he likes.
And we already saw Detroit King this year when we were down at Wayne State. They had a big victory. Their defense is going to have to be tough tonight. And, of course, they're being led by a guy who's up for our Anvil Award.
Yeah, Xavier Newsome, just a beast. Another guy that's going to have the opportunity to go anywhere he decides. Big 6'6", 240-pound defensive end. Plays some tight end as well. Expect Cass Tech to try to chip him or help out on the blocking assignment, just because weather coming down, all that, he could be a factor in the run game for the defensive.
Well, weather could be a factor tonight. We're expecting some showers, but also just a fantastic game for you right here on the State Champs Network and Local 4+.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry
Howie's! At Alta Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alta Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. and it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Let's talk about getting you the money you deserve after an accident. There's a lot at stake when you've been injured, and choosing the wrong team for your case could be devastating to your recovery. But you don't have to play this game alone. That's why you should call SAM. They've been fighting and winning for families like yours forever, and they've recovered billions of dollars for injured clients. When you're hurt, there's too much on the line. Get the Bernstein Advantage and get what you deserve. Call Sam.
My name is Dan, and I have dealt with family heating and cooling for 20 years plus. As property manager, I use family heating and cooling because they're honest, they're on time, and fair priced. I would definitely recommend family heating and cooling for their services.
Family is not just our name, it's the way we do business.
My father chose the name Family Heating because he wanted our company to treat everyone like family. Contact us today for your heating, cooling, and electrical needs, and you'll see the difference family makes.
State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.
Well, welcome to Cass Tech. We've got a dandy for you here tonight. Detroit King visiting Cass Tech, along with my broadcast partner, former Brother Rice Warrior and Michigan Wolverine, Grant Perry. My name is Sean Belegian, and very, very happy to have a very important third member of our broadcast team. Let's check in with her before we get this going. Patty Cesarini. Patty?
Thanks, Sean. Sophomore quarterback be playing was questionable after he went concussion play in the second quarter last Friday. Throughout this week, he's been on concussion protocol. They've been tracking his performance. He's been under supervised movements. They said it would be a game-time decision, and he is a go. This team really excited about his versatility, more specifically the use of his legs, trying to get back to the quarterback run game. Not sure how much they'll tap into that tonight after he's coming back from that concussion. It just adds another layer on this team's offense, and it's something to look out for. Back up to you.
No, appreciate that, Patty. And Grant Perry, she's absolutely right. You want to see these two teams be at the very best they can be when you have a matchup like this.
Absolutely. You know, coming into a game like this, both these teams know each other very well, and to have your best players on the field is definitely what you want to see as a fan, but also as, you know, each team, you want to compete against the best. You want anyone to have any excuses. So having these teams at level playing field, it should be a good one.
All right, in just a moment, we're going to pause for our national anthem. We are about 10 minutes away from kickoff here in this beautiful campus, really in downtown Detroit, for all intents and purposes. What more needs to be said? Detroit King, Cass Tech, so glad you could join us on the Sports Champs Network, and of course our friends at Local 4 Plus really appreciate their partnership with us, and certainly their kind words as well. Before we kick this one off, the Cass Tech band will honor our national anthem. just a few minutes away from kickoff here at Cass Tech, and we got a dandy. Detroit Martin Luther King taking on Cass Tech, and Grant Perry and I. Now, can we be selfish for just a minute? So the way this stadium faces, it faces in like a west-southwest trajectory. And the sun is coming down directly in the west. I have never, ever been more thankful for the Motor City Casino than I am right now, because that sun dipped perfectly right behind the Motor City Casino. We don't have any glare. We're ready to go, Grant. We have no excuse not to have a great broadcast.
No excuses. Ready to go. The weather is looking great. The rain has stopped. The sun is behind the Motor City Casino. Everything should be good to go here.
Did you see that camera? See, look at our camera guys. Are they on top of it or what? What a beautiful view there, and you could see the sun coming down just a few minutes ago. There was a pretty good glare on the field as you take a look at Martin Luther King there. Grant, boy, it doesn't seem like that long ago we had a chance to see them get a victory down at Tom Adams Field. But tonight, different story. 2-1, Detroit King Crusaders taking on the juggernaut that is the Cass Tech Technicians.
It should be a good one. I mean, last year both these teams met. Both were decided with one score. First game of the year they met. Cass Tech won 14-7. Second game of the year they ended up playing in the PSL Championship, and Cass Tech edged out with a 24-23 win. So when these two teams get together, I mean, it's a special occasion. Both teams play really well. And then the keys of the game for Detroit King, defensively, communicate and rally the football. Got to find those key players, communicate where they're at, and tackle. Offensively, if you're King, you want to win the battle in the trenches. Like this game might be a game on the ground in the running game. Go ahead and win that battle up front defensively and offensively. And if you're Cass Tech defensively, go ahead and make King earn every yard. Make them have 10, 12 play drives so you can see what they're running and adapt accordingly. And then offensively, if you're Cass Tech, you live in the world of explosive plays with Corey Sadler and Alex Graham. So go ahead and capitalize on those moments, turn those explosive plays into points.
According to the clock on the scoreboard, we have 7:10 to kick off. Can you tell how excited these guys are? They all took to the field. They want to get this going right now. No doubt about that, but we're going to wait 7 more minutes before this one. A unique setting down here. There's no doubt about it. Grant, a lot of times you and I go to stadiums, and I'm going to use last week as an example. We went to Rochester Adams. What a wonderful atmosphere on a beautiful night. But you and I will get to the game about 2.5 hours early, right? About 2.5 hours early. And nobody's there. Not here today. I was shocked how many people were already here for this game long before the game kicked off.
Packed crowd, and those bands gave us a great rendition there before the game.
No doubt about that. All right, we'll take a timeout. Don't you go anywhere. Make sure you keep it on the State Champs Network and Local 4 Plus, as we'll have the kickoff coming up shortly here on State Champs and Local 4 Plus.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry
Howie's! At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Senebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. but the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Let's talk about getting you the money you deserve after an accident. There's a lot at stake when you've been injured, and choosing the wrong team for your case could be devastating to your recovery. But you don't have to play this game alone. That's why you should call SAM. They've been fighting and winning for families like yours forever, and they've recovered billions of dollars for injured clients. When you're hurt, there's too much on the line. Get the Bernstein Advantage and get what you deserve. Call SAM.
My name is Dan, and I have dealt with family heating and cooling for 20 years plus. As property manager, I use family heating and cooling because they're honest, they're on time, and fair priced. I would definitely recommend family heating and cooling for their services.
Family is not just our name, it's the way we do business.
My father chose the name Family Heating because he wanted our company to treat everyone like family. Contact us today for your heating, cooling, and electrical needs, and you'll see the difference family makes.
Welcome back in. Here's your crosstown rivalry checklist. Just 3.1 miles separate these two schools. Detroit King has a oh-so-slight edge. Certainly Cass Tech would like to change that tonight, bite into that a little bit. And Grant, as you mentioned, Cass Tech, they won 2 big matchups last year. So you know that left a bad taste in King's mouth, and King would love nothing more than to find a road victory here tonight on a beautiful night here in Detroit. You take a look at those beautiful jerseys right there. Had a chance to talk to a former teammate of yours who used to be all about the maize and blue, and he made a point to tell us he's now all about the green and white. Of course, he's talking about the green and white of Cass Tech.
Yeah, I had the chance to catch up with associate head coach there, Dave Dawson. You see him right there talking to his players, getting them ready to go. Had the opportunity to play with him at Michigan, played against him in high school as well when he was at Cass Tech. And boy, let me tell you, he was a big boy. Getting these boys ready to play, he's excited about it. I mean, when you go against Martin Luther King, coming from Cass Tech on their side, I mean, this is the biggest game. This is their, Super Bowl of the year. If they win this game and lose every other game, they'll be happy about that. But looking for a good one tonight. Should be a good one.
Classic look there with those jerseys. You've got the green helmet, of course, the white CT, the white numbers with the stripes, and those green pants with the white stripes down the side. Nothing fancy there, and across the way, nothing fancy out of those Detroit King jerseys. They've got those brown helmets, the brown with the gold outlining around those numbers. All white jersey, all white pants. Boy, look at that. Ask and ye shall receive. Boy, it's a sharp look. Sometimes, Grant, I'm a firm believer in less is more. Sometimes, people try to make their uniforms pop out and all that stuff, but boy, just classic colors and looks like that can't put a price tag on.
Yeah, can't. The wall whites, they look clean. Just like you said, sometimes when you do less, you're doing more, and just by that, they look good, they look fresh, ready to go. And one thing about those white jerseys is you like when they get dirty, especially here when you're playing on a grass field like this. It's, the battle wounds, the battle marks. So look for those guys to get those white jerseys a little dirty today.
Cass Tech is going to be kicking this one off, kicking to the south towards Windsor. Now, people in the Detroit area are never surprised when you say that. But anybody who's not from here, what Windsor, Canada, to the south? Yes, Windsor, Canada, to the south. No doubt about that. Take a look at the Ambassador Bridge just off in the distance. And we're about to get this one started. What more needs to be said? Cass Tech, Detroit Martin Luther King. And you got a chance to see it right here on the State Champs Network and Local 4 Plus. As we mentioned, the crowd was hanging out here a couple hours at least before the game in anticipation for this. So here we go. Number 6, Cass Tech taking on number 11, Detroit King. Patty Cesarini down on the field. Grant Perry up on the booth. My name's Sean Belegian. Let's get this one going. Kickoff here, deep. Taken at about the 2-yard line. Far side of the field, trying the middle. Finds a little space out there past the 15 and then brought down just shy of the 20-yard line. Flag comes flying in late, Grant.
Yep, and you can see those stripes is trying to get everyone separated. Tensions are flying here. Emotions are going to be high tonight. That's one thing for sure.
Boy, you nailed it. Grant, you played in some rivalry games over the course of your storied career. Getting those emotions in check are huge.
Yep. And the team that can do it earliest is going to have a little bit of an advantage. Well,
this is going to go against the home team. Let's see, where are they going to mark that off? They're going to say he went down just shy of the 20-yard line, so they're going to bring this all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So that is where this King offense will take over. And there was some question, as Patty talked about, is Daryl Flemister going to be out there? He is. He starts with trip receivers to the far side and one on the inside. Class of 27, shotgun formation, swings it out, pass is caught at the 30, makes one man miss, no, yanked down. Good job staying on top of there that time by Michael Dukes, going out and making the tackle.
Yeah, good job there by Michael Dukes. I believe he was the one that caught it on that one for King. That was 2-on-2 crime right there.
Yes.
Cameron Simar, number 2, the will linebacker, with a good tackle there.
They'll take it, though. Grant, I've heard you say it once or 1,000 times, you'll take 4 yards a pop.
Absolutely. Just starting your drive off here with 4 yards, that's huge. Just getting in the rhythm, stay ahead of the change.
Shotgun formation again, bunch formation, far side, one on the near side. Man in motion from the far to the near, movement, flags fly. Boy, look at helmets flying already. You think these guys want to get this game going? My goodness gracious. They're going to move this one back. So the 4 that they gained is now negated, and a 2nd and 6 becomes a 2nd and 11. Just underway. No score yet. Down here at Cass Tech. Another beautiful night. Boy, have we been lucky with weather this year, man.
Yeah, we have. Absolutely.
Hear that knock? That's knock on wood.
Yep. Can't jinx it.
No, sir. Rained a little bit before this one, but not much. I mean, not much at all. Same formation, bunch on the far side, one on the near side. QB sends a man in motion. This time, Daryl's going to roll far side, look far side, throws, got a man out there, caught. 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Oh, my goodness gracious, there is that explosive offense, and Damon Stennis takes it to the house on a 2nd and 11.
You want to talk about getting the crowd on your side here on the road. First drive, go ahead and put a big play up on the board right there. Damon Stennis with a catch, able to get behind that defense and take it all the way home there. Huge play for the King Crusaders.
Huge point after attempt here. As guess who's going to kick it? The guy that just caught it. Damon Stennis on the point after attempt. Straight-toed kicker. Snap is botched. Stennis tries to fall on it, and that goes nowhere. So the extra point try is no good. But this touchdown, how electrifying was this?
And check it out. You're going to see Damon Stennis be able to get behind the defense right here. He's going to go ahead and work behind Cassius Shivers, number 4. Cassius tries to make up for it right there. Ball, great location, putting it right over the head of number 3, Derek Jackson. This is something you watch the tape, you look back at Rockford. Rockford was able to get behind the Cavs, the secondary. And moving forward, there's question was how they're going to be able to fix that and keep things in front of them. Early on, King, you should see they've gone with the attack. Hey, let's go ahead and try to get those guys in the secondary, and they did it right there.
Hey, while we all try to catch our breath, let me tell you that Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champs Network's Mr. Football and Anvil Awards. Hungry Howie's, the original flavored crust pizza. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. Well, let's see what Cass can do as they get the ball back. Grant, a mere $1.22 into this one. A lightning strike. And King takes a 6-0 lead.
Yep, that's how you're on the road, just a short 3 miles from your home. That's how you go ahead and get the visiting side on your side right there with that huge explosive play. And that's what's going to happen, and that's what you need to happen if you're King. Convert on those explosive plays, but also turn them into touchdowns. Avoid having to settle for 3 in the red zone.
Boy, I remember doing a game maybe 10 years ago. I was working with a guy named Tom Markowski, longtime Detroit news guy, and, of course, here at State Champs. And I remember a connection. Was it Malzone to Perry at Brother Rice? Was that the –
that sounds familiar.
It sounds really, really familiar.
We had a few connections back in the day.
Yeah, you sure did. Boy, oh boy. Got your crowd into it quick, fast, and hurry. Look at this onside attempt. Doesn't go very far. Hey, I don't mind the gamble, though, Grant. I don't know about you. I don't mind the gamble. You got some mo on your side. You have the strict, quick, lightning fast touchdown. Why not try to catch lightning in the bottle again?
Yeah, why not? I mean, you try to catch him sleeping right there. Good job by Cameron Samar of staying on it, staying alert there on the front lines, corralling that football.
Here comes Corey Sadler wearing the number 1. 5'10", 175-pound junior. And as you talked about, Grant, this is a kid. Teams are lining up all over the place to get him involved. But starting out at quarterback is the senior, Seth Sendry. Going to hand it off to the deep back. That's, I believe, was that Howell? Howell with the handoff. No, check that. That was Hendricks, the 5'5", 152-pound sophomore. Ends up picking about 3, setting up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and you said it, 5'5" for Hendricks there, the running back, Damari Hendricks. But, I mean, he runs well. I mean, he bounces off contact, stays on his feet. He's going to be a factor tonight in the run game for Cass Tech.
Keep an eye on one. He can do a little bit of everything. That's Corey Sadler. As we mentioned, 2 receivers far side, 1 in motion. Going to keep the ball on the ground to Hendricks. Not a lot of space out there, but, boy, he fought hard after initial contact to punch it over the 45, Grant, to about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and with his height, I mean, the ability to stay low, follow your blockers, gives you an advantage because those linebackers are searching. They're trying to scrape on top of blocks, trying to find where the running back's going. And if you're Damari Hendricks, the ability to stay low, stay behind, stay concealed, will help you in the run game.
We're going to call this 3rd and about 4.5. They have to get just past the 40-yard line. They're on the 44 right now. 2 receivers, far side, 2 near side. Hendricks, again, as the lone setback. The jet coming near side. He's got some space, gets to the outside, picks up the first down just over the 40-yard line, stepping out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. Big first down there for the technicians.
Yeah, really good job. And good perimeter blocking there by Corey Sadler, number 1. Not only does he make plays in the catching game, in the defensive game, but also in the blocking game. Good job there of sealing that perimeter, allowing Will Sykes to secure the edge there.
First down, Cass Tech. Clock running, 9:10 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0, King on top, but Cass Tech threatening. Trips far side, back to path. Sendry looking, firing, sails it, intercepted. Intercepted far side of the field. Look out, a lot of room on the far side of the field. 40, 35, 30, needs a block. 25, 15, 5, touchdown. King, Wyndham. And we've got a flag on the far side of the field, as Grant Perry pointed out to me. Grant, did you see anything out there?
My guess is going to be a sideline warning. I think that King sideline erupted, seeing Jaden Wyndham run down the sideline with that pick.
Wow, 2 big plays by the Crusaders. And all of a sudden, it's really quiet on this home side of the field, Grant.
Yeah, let's check it out. Seth Sandry here, quarterback number 10, is going to drop back. He's going to look to the left, but Corey Sandler's getting triple teamed back there. He's going to throw to the right, but doesn't see Jaden Wyndham coming behind there. Right there, Jalen Howell attempting to catch the ball, just floats it over his head in the secondary there with a huge play, turning that into another 6 points for the King Crusaders.
And you nailed it, partner. Sideline warning. You nailed it.
Yeah, figured. I mean, he's running down the sideline, and those guys are just erupted. I mean, the 2 huge plays here by the offense and defense of the King Crusaders.
Stennis on for the point after attempt. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. So 12-0. 2 long, electrifying touchdowns. One via the offense and the other via a pick six. In this Cass Tech partisan crowd, boy, it got quiet, quick, fast, in a hurry over here, Grant.
It did. And it's going to be interesting to see how is Cass Tech going to respond. You watch the Rockford game, their first game of the season. Obviously, they played 2 games after that, but you saw a quarterback in that game throw a pick six as well. And the ability to throw the ball downfield somewhat took a little bit of a standstill after that. So if they can find ways to get these athletes in space but also limit the turnovers, they're going to have the opportunity to get back in this game. Expect some screens, expect some misdirection. I wouldn't even be surprised, too, if we see Corey get back in the backfield and play some quarterback at some point today.
So King tried an onside kick just a couple minutes ago. Let's see what they have up their sleeve this time. Once again, Damon Stennis, who scored the first touchdown of the game, I might add. Stennis also does some kicking duties. Put it up on the tee. Stennis looks to his left. Now looks to his right. Let's see if he decides to send it deep. Now Stennis is not going to kick this one off. Other side of the field, and I think they jumped offside, Grant. Yeah, they did. They jumped offside.
Yeah. A little too early there on the kickoff. You know, those guys are excited to get down there up 12-0. But everyone's got to stay behind the line until that kicker is crossed and kick the ball.
So we'll try it again here. 12-0. Detroit King on top. 8:48 to go here in the first quarter. Patty Cesarini down on the field. Grant Perry. To my left, I'm Sean Belige, and most importantly, we thank you for being here, whether you're watching on the State Champs Network or with our friends at Local 4+. So we try it again. Short kick, taken at about the 35-yard line. Slip past the 40, then gang tackled at about the 43-yard line. But again, good starting position for this Cass Tech offense as flags fly. The extracurricular stuff, Grant. Got to get those emotions in check.
Yeah, I mean, we're at about play 6 on the day so far, and there's already been about 5 penalties so far. It feels like, you know, the emotions are high, and this might be a trend we see for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. No idea what this could be. Maybe they're going to call it on both teams. Maybe it's going to go one way. I don't know. Personal foul. All against King this time. So that's, against both teams. See, he wasn't done. Look at that. First down after the offsetting personal fouls. Maybe trying to set the tempo here, these officials saying, hey, we want you boys to play, but if you can't play, we're gonna be calling everything.
Yep.
Until they get them settled down.
If my calculations are correct, that's 6 penalties here in the first 3 minutes and 20 seconds of this ball game.
If we keep this pace up, we might be done with this game by about 12-17, if my calculations are correct.
That's adding up, that's for sure.
Hey, no place you'd rather be, though. What a fantastic game. 2 longtime rivals. Again, one of the best rivalries in Michigan high school football. Sendry back in at quarterback, going to hand it off. A little space up front for Hendricks. That space disappeared very, very quickly. A swarming King defense that time. Didn't give him any space, and want to check that. That's Lovett. Carson Lovett, the junior running back that picked up a hard yard on that one, Grant.
Yeah, and he's kind of there, you know, with Damari Hendricks being their kind of speed scat back. They bring in Carson Lovett when they need some hard yards. Really good between the tackles. Also has some breakaway speed, but right there the King defense corralled them before he can get going.
Sendry looking over the defense. He's got 2 receivers split far side, 2 on the near side. Back to pass on 2nd and 9. Ball sails again. Had a man open in the near flat. That was Howell. But that's 2 passes downfield. Now, no other way to say it, Grant. Sendry sailed them.
Yep, and it's going to be interesting to see what goes on here today. Learned prior to the game that Donald Tabron number 19, their freshman quarterback that's been rotating reps with Seth Sandry, is not going to be going today. In that Rockford game, you saw both these guys rotate. Whoever had the hot hand kind of held on to the drives. Right now, Seth has got to find a way to hit his targets when they are open, and there has been a couple times here when they have been open.
8:01 to go here, first quarter. Big 3rd and 9 forthcoming for the Technicians on their own 41-yard line. They need to get to the midfield stripe. Trips receivers near side. Sendry back to pass. 4-man rush. Sendry steps, fires, incomplete. And a late flag came out. Yeah, you can see Sadler looking around, asking ye shall receive. The flag came flying from the back judge.
And he just ran a little curl flat combination there. Corey Sadler was the curl route defender, the curl route runner. John Allen, number 9, tugged him a little bit. We'll check out the replay to see if that holds true.
In the meantime, why don't we throw it down to Patty Cesarini. Patty?
Sean, like you said, Grant, the trick to this game is managing the players' emotions. And head coach Terrell Patrick said the same exact thing. He said he wants a clean game since traditionally these games are full of flags, penalties, personal fouls. He wants a clean game, and he wants the coaching display to speak for itself. Back up to you guys.
Appreciate you, Patty. Patty with the best view in the house down on the field. This is a spectacle. This is what high school football is all about in this great state of Michigan. It's rivalries. And there aren't too many bigger than this. I think you could make the argument that this is the biggest in the state. I think Brother Rice and CC might have something to say about that. Some of the teams on the west side might have something to say about it, but that's the beauty of it. Let's have that conversation. 1st and 10, down to the 44-yard line for the Technicians. Checking back in, Lovett lines up on the right side of the quarterback, Sendry. Sendry looks over that defense, flags fly. I think they're going to get him on a false start here. Is that 8 now, Grant? I think unofficially 8.
That is, if my tallies are correct, that is 8. There's 4 per side right now.
So they move him from the 44 back to the 49-yard line. 1st and 15 from the Crusader 49-yard line. Crusaders with the early 12-0 lead. Long touchdown pass, long interception return. Cass Tech looking to get anything going offensively. Boy, they've got the weapons, that's for sure. Perhaps their biggest weapon, Sadler, in motion now. He's going to take it on the jet, and he is bottled up. Smelled out nicely by that King defense.
Richard Stewart, 55, and 56, Greg Lee Keller in there on that tackle. And one thing, when you can't throw the ball or push the ball downfield, check out the replay here. They're just doing a jet sweep here to Corey Sadler. And if you're the defense, you're going to key in on that all day. That's a big 55 right there. Richard Stewart, 5'11", 280-pound freshman, making an impact there on that King defensive line. And one thing right there, Cass Tech checked in 2 of their tight ends, Victor Polkin and Brian Stovall, and trying to get a bigger personnel in for the run game. And right there, King shifted to a 5-down front, and they were able to get penetration in that backfield.
2nd and 20 now. Now back at their own 44-yard line. This Technician offense looking to get something going.
You'd be surprised if we see some type of screen out here.
Sendry back to pass. And I think Cass Tech's calling a timeout. Cass Tech is calling a timeout. They wanted to talk about it with a big 2nd and 20 looming. You can't afford to get down much more than yard to yard. And I know there's a ton of time left in this game, Grant, with 6:55 to go still in the first quarter. But so far, make no mistake about it, it's been all Crusaders.
It has. And if you're Cass Tech right now, you're just trying to find a play or plays that fit within your system right now. Quarterback's, a little off keel right now, not hitting his targets in stride. You're talking, hey, what is our best play? What's our best opportunity? Not to pick up a first down right here because it's only 2nd down, but to get 8-10 yards back to make it a 3rd down and manageable for your offense.
Look at our cameramen right in the huddle with Cass Tech. Can't thank really all the teams for giving us the access that we do. Honestly, I have to say it almost every week, really. I mean, the teams here in the MHSAA are awesome in giving us access and allowing us, Grant, to have our Zoom calls during the course of the week and allowing the cameras in those huddles. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's an awesome experience. And I know when you're as a player and you see those cameras on the field, it gets you excited. So I know those kids appreciate seeing them out there as well.
Trip receivers near side, one far side. Sendry looking over the defense on this 2nd and 20. Movement again, and that's going to be on Cass Tech. And a 2nd and 20 is going to turn into a 2nd and 25. Well, you know, they didn't want to single anybody out. There were about 5 guys that jumped, right?
Hey, it's teamwork, I guess. You jump off the bridge, we'll jump with you right there.
What was that like for you? You brought up a point just a second ago, and you played in some big games, obviously, but seeing those cameras, was it an emotion check? How would you describe it?
I'm open. Throw me the ball. Let's go make a play. Let's go be on the highlight reel. That's kind of the motivation there for sure.
Sendry in the shotgun. He's got trip receivers near side, one far side. King rushes 4. Sendry back to pass. Tries to set up that screen. Juggled, dropped, wasn't going anywhere anyway. Alex Graham, the intended receiver, but smelled out nicely by the Crusaders, Grant.
Yeah, and just at the top of your screen, King, they're pressing right now. They're going to be putting those cornerbacks in your face if you're a Cass Tech receiver. And right there, Alex Graham's got to do a better job of getting off the landmark, selling a go route, selling some type of route to allow him to come back to that football unharmed. Really good job there by the cornerback, number 11, Curtis Perry, of recognizing the play, driving it, and making that an incomplete pass.
3rd and 25 now. Trip receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Sendry looking over that defense. King shows blitz. Let's see if they bring it. No, they rush 4. They're going to try it with Lovett. He's hitting the backfield, but coming near side now. Look out. He's got some space near side. 50. Pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. He's going to be, Grant, about 7 yards short. So, interesting, though, you're in that neighborhood. Do you have the conversation about going for it on 4th and 7?
Yeah, you definitely improve the opportunity in which you make the decision, hey, do we go for this, do we not? You haven't seen George Shantez walk out there yet, so it looks like they're going to keep their offense on the field, but really good vision there by Carson Lovelet of starting on the right, getting and breaking a few tackles, and then bringing that thing back on the outside. Really good job there by the running back, number 21, Carson Lovelet.
Pretty good spot there as well. I thought he got pushed out about the 40, Grant. They're going to mark him up close to about the 38. So this is going to be a 4th and we'll call it 5.5. But they're going to pooch punt it away. Sendry just takes a step back. Takes a big bounce for the technicians. Then kind of dies down at the 10-yard line. So that is where this Crusader offense will take over. Hey, elevate your technique with Reaction Technologies. Their product helps enhance athletes' safety in football by improving their technique. Follow them on all social media at Reaction Tech to see how they protect athletes. So here comes this Crusader offense who, Grant, they've only seen the ball one time. And it ended up in a long touchdown to Stennis. Let's see what they do for an encore. 12-0. The Crusaders on top. Traveling about 3.1 miles. As you saw in our pregame show, they refer to our wonderful hosts as that team on Grand River. Boy, I love that stuff. I'm sorry. I love that stuff. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. That's, stands at home with me. Team down south, the same type of ordeal there.
1st and 10 at their own 10. Movement up front, and I think it's King's turn to move back 5 yards.
It's the old saying, anything you can do, I can do better. I guess that goes for penalties as well.
No doubt about that. So, I'll call it, going to move that back to what, the 5? Yeah, to the 5. Setting up what should be here, a 1st and 15. Shotgun formation, man in motion, into the backfield. High snap. Keeper all the way. A little space up the middle, out past the 5, up to about the 8-yard line. Space closed out quickly, but a little breathing room. We'll give him 3 on the gain, setting up what should be a 2nd and 12.
Yeah, just hitting to what Patty, hit on in the open. Is quarterback here, Flemister for King going to be involved in the run game, and right there answers your question. Trying to get out of that area, trying to pick up a yard with an extra runner in the formation. And Flemister there follows some blockers, trying to pick up some yards back from that penalty.
Mass substitution. 4 guys come out, 4 guys come in. Flemister stays out there in the shotgun. Going to set this up with 2 receivers split on the near side, 1 on the far side. 2nd and 12 forthcoming. Clock running, 5:25 to go here, first quarter. Oh, that ball's going to sail out of the end zone, and that's going to be a safety. Cass Tech gets on the board. That's why you want to get out of the shadow of your end zone. You know what? Seen it too many times, Grant. Something like this happen.
Yep, ball's just going to flail right over Flemister's head here. And that's, we saw that week 1 in the Prep Kickoff Classic. Issues with the snap, going over his head, too low. Looks like that's still going to be an issue. And sometimes when you're backed up, you don't even have to be, a bad snapper. Sometimes just being close in your own area is cause for, intimidation. And right there, the area in the field in which they were on got the best of them.
So 12-2 the score now. And good news for the technicians, of course, after the safety is they're going to be getting the ball back. They had to have something go their way, though, Grant. I mean, really, the first almost 7 minutes of the game, you saw the Crusaders on both sides of the ball. And now let's see if Cass Tech can keep the momentum on this side of the field.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the run game here for Cass Tech. If they can get push up forward, up front, get some holes in between, that Carson Lovelet run there on 3rd down was a glimpse into what they can do. If they can find a way to, incorporate 12 personnel, bring in those tight ends, go big body, find a way to run, it's going to help open up that pass game and then instill some confidence in their quarterback, Seth Sendry.
Damon Stennis is going to kick this one off. See if Cass Tech can get some good field position again. Yeah, they haven't been able to do much with it, though. Let's make no mistake about that. Short kick. They're going to end up having good field position again, Grant Perry. Let's see where they mark it out. I still haven't seen where the officially marks that out. I think the 46-yard line. Always have to make sure there are no flags on the play as well, Grant. That's something we've seen a lot of so far.
And there was. The ball went out of bounds, and they'll tack on a few additional yards on top of that.
Yeah. So good field possession again for the technicians. 2 out of their 3 drives, Grant, have started in. Oh, they're going to move them back. Look at this. They're going to move them back.
Make them re-kick it.
Yeah. So Stennis is going to be kicking this off from what? The 25?
And that's not a bad decision there by the Cass Tech.
No.
Get your playmakers' ability to get the ball in space. Offense has had a slow start. Why not make them re-kick it? Try to get Corey Sadler, Will Sykes, number 5, or number 7, Alex Graham involved in the game here.
He's going to be kicking this off from the 15. Boy, you can tell. Look at the technicians. They got 3 men deep. They'd love nothing more than to get something going here via the special teams. End over end, taken, near side of the field. Make a cut at the 40, brought down at about the 38-yard line. That was Sykes with a lot of speed, but he's cut down. But still, great field position at the 38-yard line. Hey, there's always help wanted when it comes to high school game officials. Every year, over 1,000 new officials are needed. Officiating is a great way to stay in shape, stay close to the game, and so much more. Log on to MHSAA.com for more info. So, Grant, let's see if Sendry in this offense can get a little something going here. Two out of their 3 drives they've started in King territory. They haven't been able to convert anything yet, other than that safety just a moment ago.
If they can start playing emotionless football right here, no penalties, moving the ball, they have a good opportunity here to put some points up.
Hendricks checks back in. 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. The give is to Hendricks. Hendricks tries the near side, gang tackle there. Great pursuit by the Crusaders again. Boy, they are on it defensively.
Really good job. And you see the two pulling guards and the tight end and the backside tackle pull to the left side there. Christian Wheeler as a linebacker, you see those guys pulling. You react front side, does a good job scraping, not allowing Damari Hendricks any room to run and tackling that for no gain.
They may have lost a foot there. May even lost a foot. So we'll call it second and a little over 10. At the 39-yard line. Trip receivers far side, one on the near side. Lone setback is Hendricks. Sendry's going to send a man in motion now to the near side. That's Sykes. Sykes is lined up near side with Sadler. Hendricks starts on the left hip, now goes to the right hip. Sendry in that shotgun. There's the snap. Pocket collapses around and he steps up and run. Past the 35 and down to about the 31-yard line. Good idea by the quarterback there.
Yep, really good job. But first off, you didn't really understand what the play was. There was some confusion with the running back getting them a line. Looked like they snapped it before they were ready, but good job by the quarterback understanding, hey, if it's not there, I have legs, go ahead and take it. Picked up good yardage there, making this a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, big 3rd down here. In all likelihood, 4-down territory if they don't convert here. Let's see what they elect to do here. Hendricks is going to stay in. 2 receivers split far side, 2 on the near side. Hendricks starts on the left hip, now moves to the right hip. Sendry looks that defense over, and I think we're going to get a timeout. Cass Tech, their second of this first quarter. Big 3rd and 2, so they're going to have a conversation about it deep in Crusader territory, smack dab at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they need to talk it over. I mean, you can see both of those last plays right there. Prior to this snap, there's a little confusion again, trying to get the signal in, trying to figure out where the running back goes, and especially if they're passing, that's important. And knowing where Xavier Newsome is and figuring out how to block properly. You got to have the running back in the right place, and you don't want to waste a play trying to rush it and beat the snap or the play clock. So good job of getting your guys in a huddle, talking it out here, as this is a very important drive. You're down 10 points with an opportunity to put up some points here. Figure it out. Figure out what you want to run. Get it communicated. Get back in the huddle and execute.
I wish we had one of those Madden pens up here, because did you see Patty Cesarini kind of joining the huddle down there as well? Way to go, Patty. Get in there. Hear what you can hear. Big 3rd down here from the 30-yard line. Hendricks behind Sendry. The give is to Hendricks. Good surge, good run. 1st down to the 25-yard line.
2 tight ends set there, keeping Stovall in and Polk in there. Number 15 and 16, they're big tight ends. Just going 12 personnel right there. I wouldn't be surprised they stick with this, trying to run in between the tackles. King's got good linebackers and good D-line, but if you can get some push up front, number 23 is the running back that they say emulates Damari Hendricks and Carson Lovell a lot. That's Julian Taylor, kind of their 3rd option, guy they go to when the other guys need a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, that's Hendricks with the handoff there. Taylor, 23. Good eyes, Grant. Not much space up past the 25, maybe to about the 24-yard line. Give him 1 yard there, setting up a 2nd and 9.
Another yellow hanky on the field. Let's see who this one's on. It's getting hard to guess at this point, Sean.
Well, they're having quite the conversation down there, are these officials. We'll wait for the official call. Preliminary was it's against the home team. I think they're saying hold. Maybe I should look at the camera. Here he comes. Personal foul against King. And I think there's one coming as well. Yep, one coming this way as well. Negated penalties. We'll do it all over. Replay the down. Lone setback again, Justin Taylor. Sendry going up top, wants it all. Corner of the end zone. A lot of contact out there, and no flag. No flag, Grant Perry.
Yep. Sendry giving an opportunity ball to Alex Graham, the Colorado commit. Definitely looked like there was some touch in there by the defensive back, Curtis Perry on the defense. Refs decided to not throw a flag. Maybe they're getting tired of throwing them, but I think that one could have easily been called for a PI there by the defense.
So a 3rd and 9 forthcoming. Just not able to take advantage of some of the field position afforded them. This Crusader defense has been tough here tonight. Well, as we talked about on the pregame show, we knew they would be. I mean, that's what they do. See if the offense can get something going here. Once again, it's Taylor, Julian Taylor, lining up on the left hip. Trip receivers far side. Taylor moves over to the right hip with Sadler on the near side. Rolling out, Sendry looking, firing, completing down near the 12-yard line. Boy, good route, good catch, and that's a Crusader first down.
Got to credit Cass Tech to figuring out how to get completions right here. They're going to roll Seth Sendry and give him just a half-field read right here. If the curl's open, take it. Puts the ball on Alex Graham. Really good hands. Look at how he attacks it at its highest point, brings it into his body, taps the toe down, picks up a first down. Much needed there on 3rd down.
12-2. The Crusaders on top, but Cass Tech threatening now. With a 1st and 10, they mark it down at the 11-yard line. Once again, the lone setback, Julian Taylor. He's coming near side, breaks out of 1 tackle inside the 10 and then pushed back by a wall of white at about the 9-yard line. So he ran about 522 yards to pick up 2 yards.
Yeah, sometimes those wide zones, that's what it'll do, right? The wide zone, you want to try to get that defense running, and either A, you press the hole, B, you cut it back, or C, you try to get on the outside the perimeter right there. Defense of King does a good job of flowing with the football, not allowing any cutback lanes, rallying to the football there. Xavier Newsom, number 4, one of the guys in on the tackle.
Gonna mark that down at the 8, give him a hard-earned 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Taylor stays in. They keep it on the ground to Taylor. A little space over the right side, and again, boy, look at that King defense. It's like you get past one, and there are 2 or 3 guys waiting for you.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get guys blocked, and you got to do it in a fast manner right there. They're trying to run a counter to the front side, do a good job of pinning down the end, but those linebackers flow fast, and if you don't get hands on the second level, they're going to be able to disrupt the run right there. It looked like it was really good, but King, man, they're flying around on defense, do a good job of getting over top and tackling the ball carrier there.
Hey, the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, you know of them. If you're injured, get the Bernstein advantage. 1-800-CALL-SAM. Sam and the kids have been doing it, well, since forever. Let's see if they decide to get this one off or they talk about it. 10 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Sendry in the shotgun. Looks like Hendricks checks back in, right? Is at 22, I believe it is. And I don't think they're going to get this one off. Oh, they're going to use their 3rd timeout of this first quarter. Right? Did I see that correctly, Grant? It looked to me like the official said Cass Tech timeout.
I'm going to trust you on that one, Sean. That's if they did take a timeout, interesting choice to take one with the clock winding down. Coach Rushing did walk down the side and looked like he was a little upset. Maybe just, I mean, the offense right now for Cass Tech, every time they break the huddle, 3-4 guys are asking questions where to line up. So Coach Rushing definitely wants these guys to figure it out and start playing a little bit faster.
You could see the official saying, put 2 seconds on the clock.
So timeout, good call.
See, old people can still see, Grant. We can.
Hey, you got
we
the
just
experience.
have to pay attention a little harder than younger people, but we can still see.
Hey, I believe you. You got great eyes. That's one thing.
Big 3rd down coming here. 3rd down. Back at, the 10-yard line. Now, Grant, they can pick up a first down at about the 2. Of course, they're thinking touchdown being down 12-2, but make no mistake about it. They'll take a 1st and goal from the 2-yard line as well.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see, too, and where they feel comfortable. If it's 4th and 6, 4th and 5, do they take the 3 points, or do they keep their offense on the field? As obviously being so close to the end zone, you want to try to come away with 6. So we'll see here after this play if they don't get that first down what Coach Rushing decides to do.
Hendricks, the diminutive and explosive running back on the left hip. Sendry rolling near side, looking, not getting the ball away, sacked all the way back to the 19-yard line. Not the way they wanted it, and that's Willie Fletcher coming up big and shoving the quarterback Sendry down to the ground at about the 18-yard line. Timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll figure out what that hanky's about first before we do that. Having a conversation about that hanky. Do you see anything there, Grant?
I think it's going to be on Cass Tech. I saw Coach Rushing grab one of the linemen, I think, a little bit after the play.
It's going to be on King.
Oh,
it's going to be on both of them.
Hey.
Of course. We're going to reset everything yet again, and we'll reset our timeout. Your score after the first quarter of play. The Crusaders have a 12-2 lead right here on the State Champs Network and Local 4+.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's! I know from experience, a football team is like a family. You trust each other, you support each other, you rely on each other. That's how it is in life, especially when you've been hurt in an accident. You don't call just anyone. You turn to family for help when you're injured. You turn to the Bernsteins. You can trust them like family, and they'll treat you like family. They're Michigan's first family of law for a reason. Get the Bernstein advantage. After all, we're all family around here.
In football, safety is a priority at all levels. At Reaction Technologies, we prioritize heads-up training and proper technique to minimize head, neck, and spinal injuries. Our patented product, Heads Up Trainer, forces athletes to have their heads up at the point of contact while making a tackle. Designed for athletes at all levels, Heads Up Trainer integrates seamlessly with existing training tools. Reaction Technologies, coming soon.
Not only do these two teams combined have 9 state championships, they also have 7 former players that are currently on active rosters in the NFL. 2 big names that pop. Jordan Lewis, drafted in 2017 by the Cowboys after his stint with Michigan, where he was 2-time first-team All-American, 2-time first-team All-Big Ten, and he was Big Ten Defensive Back of the Year in 2016. Also, Sauce Gardner up big for the New York Jets in 2022. He was drafted 4th overall, where he was the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, and he was the first cornerback to be named first-team All-Pro in each of his first 2 seasons. Best part is to cover all of these guys on state champs at some point throughout their high school career. Back up to you guys.
Yeah, great stuff, Patty. No doubt about it. Just a ton of fantastic athletes coming out of both of these football factories. Huge third down. This is 3rd and 16, if I'm not mistaken. My math skills are on point.
George Sanchez is out there. I believe they're going to attempt this kick. First team All-Region last year, George Sanchez, that is.
4th down. My apologies. I was looking at the board. After the sack, it's 4th down. Both of those plays, both of those penalties were after the play. So, yeah, it's 4th down. This will be a field goal attempt of about 35 yard lines. Sendry on the hold. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So, we got a 7-point game. 35-yard field goal is good at exactly the 12-minute mark. Now, it's Detroit King 12 and the Cass Tech Crusaders 5. It is amazing, Grant, I'm going to say it again. It seems like Cass Tech has been on offense the entire game so far, hasn't it?
It does. And definitely feels like they've been on offense the whole time here. And just checking out these current NFL players played with Jordan Lewis. I mean, still to this day, I say he's one of the best defensive backs I've ever gone against. Michael Owenu, another guy I played with at Michigan. Avonte Maddox, Ambry Thomas, those are 2 guys I played with and against. And everyone knows Sauce Gardner. I mean, the alumni that are playing in the NFL from both of these schools, it's quite impressive.
Yeah, pretty hard to deny. No doubt about that. So 12-5. We've already seen an onside kick. Might Cass Tech say, hey, let's see if we can keep the ball back. Try a little something here. Just converted on a 35-yard field goal. Boy, a beautiful sunset here tonight in Detroit. Look at those streaks in the sky. My goodness gracious. Just a beautiful night for high school football, and we are so glad that you're with us here. Patty Cesarini down in the field, Grant Perry up in the booth. I'm Sean Belegian. Thanks for joining us on the State Champs Network and, of course, Local 4+. Going to send this one deep. You're never going to believe it, Grant. Flags fly.
Well, that's a first for the night. Let's see if that continues.
I think they left a little early. That's the preliminary indication. So they're going to move them back to the 35-yard line, making this a returnable situation for the Crusaders, who, make no mistake about it, they've got some guys that can make some plays. We saw that again, Grant, when we were down at Tom Adams Field in that victory over the team from Cleveland.
Yeah, and one of the rising, shining stars of that game, number 2, Michael Dukes, ended up just putting the team on his back, carrying that ball, running that ball. He's a running back for these King Crusaders, number 2. Look for him to get involved on offense here in the run game.
And he's standing on his own 20-yard line. A couple of guys that can do some damage down there as well. Deontay Ellington. It's going to go way over both players' heads. Has checked that. It was not Ellington. I believe that was Marion Stewart. It's all for naught as that sailed into the end zone. A big booming kick. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at their own 20-yard line. 12-5 game. In case you're just joining us, Detroit Kings scored the first 12 points of this game. A long touchdown, a long pick six, and well, you can do the math from there. Cass Tech scored the next 5. A safety and a 35-yard field goal just a moment ago. 1st and 10 now for the Crusaders. They're going to start this set with 2 receivers split to the far side, 1 to the near side. Looking over that defense, Flemister was a question mark all week, but he's starting here tonight. Going to swing it out. Pass is caught at the 15, makes one man miss up to about the 23-yard line. Well, they're going to mark him close to the 24, so there's the patented Grant Perry 4 yards, setting up a 2nd and 6.
Yep, stay ahead of the chains. Whether that's an extended handoff, that being a screen pass, and just find ways to get it to your playmakers, allow them to create yards for you right there. 1st down, change up the tendency, throw the ball, get it to a playmaker, and David Calmise, and he gets a few yards for you.
Now it's 2 receivers split near side, shotgun formation. Flemister going to keep it on the ground. Trying the near side, makes one man miss, can't make the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th miss. That's going to be a loss back to about the 23-yard line. That time it was the gang green. Ganging up out there and limiting that to a loss of 1.
Good job there, wide zone. All those offensive linemen are going to try to reach block, try to get to the outside shoulder of the defensive lineman, trying to create lanes for cutbacks right there. Number 56, Logan Howell, does a good job of chasing down the line of scrimmage, not giving up. The 3-star Miami Ohio commit does a good job of bringing down Michael Dukes, number 2 for King.
Let's see what they decide to do here. Trip receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Henry, the lone setback in the backfield with Flemister. Starts on the left side now, moves to his right. 3rd and 6. Cass Tech with a 4-man rush. They rush 4. Flemister back. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to have a 1st down. Look at that cut. Oh, his feet went out from underneath him about the 35. He may have been able to pick up more, but as it is, a 1st down up to the 37-yard line, and that's that athleticism you talked about, Grant.
Yeah, you're going to see it right here. Cameron Sumer is going to blitz. He's going to rush off the edge, but really good job of the O-line of King of just creating a nice pocket. Cameron Sumer steps outside of that and then allows Flemister to step up in the pocket, pick up that 1st down. Really good job there by the quarterback.
Keeps the chains moving, keeps the ball in the Crusaders' hands. Fresh set of downs up to about the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Staying in the backfield is Henry. Going to bring it in tight this time. Shotgun formation sends a man in motion. Going to keep it on the ground, though. Henry with a little space. Boy, put his head down and punched his way up over the 40, up to about the 41-yard line. Hard gain of about 3.5 there, up to the 41-yard line.
And you can see the approach right now that King's taking. Now they're going heavy personnel. They got Xavier Newsom in the ball game, who's a defensive end, also plays tight end. They got number 8, their big fullback, Tayshawn Henry, in the game, along with 0, Willie Fletcher. They're going big personnel. They're trying to change up what they do normally and spreading it out. They're going to try to ground the ball here with these big boys leading the way.
Bringing it in tight again. Henry on the left hip. Man in motion. I think there's going to be movement on King there. Half the defensive side of the ball for the technicians called it before the officials did, Grant.
Yeah, they were eager to. They said, oh, he moved. I think they're going to get number 53 there for Martin Luther King with the false start.
That's a big 5-yard penalty as well. Moving back to about the 36-yard line. Shotgun formation again, keeping it tight, high snap. This is RPO. How he got out of that initial mass of humanity is beyond me, but he couldn't get out of the second. He got up to about the 36-yard line and then pushed back with authority, and flags fly.
There's going to be a game within the game today. Who's going to win the penalty battle? And by win, I don't mean have the most. You definitely don't want to win that category, but who's going to be the team that doesn't have that one last penalty that cost you those important yards?
Well, if this one's against the technicians, it could be a huge penalty because you're looking at a 3rd and long for the Crusaders, and this could be a big first down and a new lease on life. Still waiting for the official call. Having a conversation out there. Here it comes, personal foul against Cass Tech, personal foul against King.
Hey. They're just going to give him out.
Yeah. 2nd and 12. And you know what? You're the Crusaders. You take that. You know, we'll redo that down. They were looking at a 3rd and long, offsetting penalties. So now, let's see how they line this up. Henry's going to stay out there. Looks like he's lining up on Flemister's right hip. One receiver split far side. Now Henry's going to check out. Checking back in is Michael Dukes, as you mentioned. Certainly he was electric down at Tom Adams Field.
Yes, he was. Keep an eye out here. You know, 3rd down and long. They got Xavier Newsom, 6'6", tight end there on the left side here, closest to you. Tight end inline position. Wouldn't be surprised they try to sneak him up the seam here.
So they're having the conversation. Is it 2nd down or 3rd down? If it's after the play, it's 3rd down. If it's during the play, it's 2nd down. I think that's what they're having the conversation about. Let's see. He's talking to the near side of the field. Trying to get on the same page there. Nothing wrong with that. Just make sure. We said put 7:30 on the clock. That's what the official said. I think the clock was running. Great job acknowledging that. As you look up at the scoreboard, Grant, 7:07 up there where they're waiting for it to get to 7:30.
Cass Tech, they're mugging the A-gaps here. Let's see if they bring these middle linebackers. They got 2 guys plugged up, 3 down linemen here. Press coverage here on the outside. Looks like it might be some type of one-high man coverage. Can one of these King receivers get open and win?
Dukes in the backfield. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Flemister back to pass. Gets it into the hands of Dukes. Good job smelling that out and keeping that to a minimum game. Up to maybe Grant. I think they're going to mark that off at about the 41-yard line. Setting up, well, they're going to mark it right at the 40. That is going to be a 4th and 7. And Crusaders are going to have to punt this ball right back.
Yep, that's a good stand there by Cass Tech, forcing their hand, making them punt. And really good job by the linebackers there. You're plugged up in the A-gaps, so it's tight. It's hard to see. It's hard to maneuver around all those bodies. They try to sneak out a screen to Michael Dukes, number 2. Number 20, Marvin McCallum, was all over it, sniffed it out, made a great play to help this defense get off the field.
The dangerous Sadler back deep, standing on his own 23-yard line, awaiting this punt. High snap, get it away, good punt. Angled out of bounds, takes a little bit of a king bounce. They're going to mark it out right at about the 25-yard line, and that is where the Crusader offense will take over. Hey, State Champs Sports Network is giving you the power to showcase your passion. You can now submit your own videos and be a part of our coverage. We want to feature your perspective on our network. Learn more at statechampsnetwork.com/fanvision. Such a cool premise. We've certainly taken a few up on their submissions so far. Thanks again to our friends at Local 4 Plus for being out here. Not too far away from their studios here in downtown Detroit, as a matter of fact. We appreciate them. We appreciate you for joining us wherever you may be here tonight. 12-5, your score here. King has been on top all game. But Cass Tech, Grant, with an opportunity to tie it, or dare I say take the lead here if they choose to go for 2.
It's all right there for him. Just got to stay ahead of the chains. And just like we said, Corey Sadler stepping in at quarterback.
There he is. Let's see if he wildcats it. No, he's going to swing it outside. Pass is caught, made one man miss, can't make the second and third miss. Minimal gain up to about the 27-yard line, and a flag thrown at the end of the play.
What do you know? As soon as this one's on. It's a good block there by number 5, Will Sykes, fighting through it, getting a good block, allowing Jalen Howell to try to get some yards there. Looks like this one's going to go against King.
Yeah, that's personal foul, and that's a big one. All the way up to the 42-yard line, and a first down for the Crusaders.
For those keeping track, right now the penalty, King has 10, Cass Tech has 9, according to my tallies. And if I miss one, I apologize, but that's where I have it at right now. 10-9, King is leading the penalty battle.
And the Crusaders have a 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard line. Sadler stays in at quarterback, trip receivers far side, 2 on the near side, sends a man in motion, they fake the jet. Sadler with the keeper, not much space up there. Boy, I'll tell you what, you know who's had a big night tonight is big number 0, 6'2", 230-pounder, Willie Flechter. We've seen him make a few plays here tonight, Grant.
Yeah, he's really disruptive, a really solid force. I mean, just standing at 6'2", 230 in the middle of that defense, I mean, that's a hard guy to get around, hard guy to move off his spot. And that's a guy that's battled through some injuries throughout his career, and they're really excited to see him have a senior season that he deserves. Guy that has battled through adversity and is here leading this defense.
Gain of 1, setting up a 2nd and 9 for the Crusaders on their own 44. Sadler stays in. Hendricks, the lone setback, starts on the left side, now moves to the right side. Keeper all the way. Sadler makes one man miss, can't make the masses miss. Good juke move. You can see the officials that time keeping an eye on things, and all the King players had their hands up in the air saying, nope, not this time, not this time. Kept their composure, and a 3rd and long forthcoming for Cass Tech.
Yeah, and you got to think that, Cass Tech watched that Cleveland Heights Week 1 game versus King, and Cleveland Heights started heading their success when one of their receivers took the quarterback position and started implementing the run game from the quarterback position. That's what Cass Tech's trying to do right now, but when you kind of turn yourself one-dimensional, defenses can kind of pin their ears back, and right now they've done a good job of containing Corey Sadler on these quarterback design runs.
Sadler coming back out there again on this 3rd and 6. Clock running, 4 minutes to go here in this 2nd quarter. Trip receivers far side. Hendricks stays in at the lone step back. Looking over that defense is Sadler. King shows blitz. It's a keeper all the way. Sadler bottled up. What a tackle there by Wyndham. You've seen Wyndham make plays on both sides of the ball. Take a look here, Grant.
Watch this. Corey Seiler's just going to wait for his blocks, trying to set them up. And it looks like it was a pitch option, too, but Corey Seiler's going to keep it. And that safety, Jaden Wyndham, the 6'1", 180-pound junior, first-team All-Region last year, comes down flying. Anytime you can get an opportunity to get a hit on one of the skilled players, one of the best players for another team, you take it. He didn't lose a step right there. He drove the ball. Good tackle there.
Stennis is back on his own 20-yard line, assuming that Cass Tech decides to kick this. 4th and 5 on their side of the 50. 3 minutes to go. Awaiting that snap. Stennis patiently waiting. Yeah, that's going to be delay a game, move them back 5 yards. While we have a moment when looking for the tools that will turn your curiosity to magic, look no further than Lawrence Technological University. Go to ltu.edu for more information. Lawrence Technological University, be curious, make magic. I'm curious to see how the Blue Devils do tomorrow. You're going to be on the call, aren't you, Grant?
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Trying to see how they progress into week 3 here.
Coach Merchant is going to build a team there. Mark my words. High snap, but settled down. Short punt, but a mile high. Caught by Stinson at the 28, and he's brought down immediately. Good coverage. Stinson trying to make things happen, but when you hang a ball like that, it gives the team an opportunity to come down in coverage, Grant. And let's see what the Crusaders choose to do here.
They found success early on that first drive. Getting that ball downfield behind the safeties. Look for Flemister to get outside the pocket to make some throws.
Clock's still running again. They're going to have to mark this back to about 2:28. They forgot to stop the clock. It should be about 2:28. Get a clue! It should be about, I think it's going to be at about 2:28.
You could hear that. Coaches want that clock stopped, that's for sure.
One of the coaches yelling down. I noticed it. I think it's at about 2:28. Let's see if the officials have that. The Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast array of resources, services, information, and training to our diverse membership in Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com for more info. So I think they're saying they're going to put the clock back to 2:17. I'm not going to argue. I saw about 2:28. But there it is, 2:17, and a 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at their own 29. Let's see how aggressive they get here, Grant. At this late juncture, they have a 12-5 lead.
2-minute drill. You want to have one of your best plays here, try to pick up 4 or 5 yards, get a first down, then you're really cooking with some gas.
Trip receivers near side, but they keep the ball on the ground. Blown up. Great job staying home by Victor Polk, the linebacker. Almost single-handedly blew that up, Grant.
Yeah, Victor Polk getting in on the play right there. Great job. He's got offers from a number of schools around the nation there. Kentucky, Marshall, Toledo, just to name a few. Big body guy, 6'3", 220. Guy that they're going to need to have a good day here on this defensive line.
Boy, I can't help but look at these Cass Tech uniforms, and it reminds me of the Thundering Herd. I had the opportunity to broadcast for Toledo, and I still see visions of Randy Moss going all Grant Perry on the Rockets, catching long touchdown after long touchdown. He turned out to be an all right pro. One of the most dominant receivers you've ever seen. Trip receivers far side, back to pass, coming near side, single coverage. Flags come flying. I'm a little surprised at that, Grant. Maybe we'll take a look at it. John Baker IV was the intended receiver. I thought it was good coverage. The officials disagree.
We'll have to check this one out. Looks like it was just some friendly combat. Fighting for position. Didn't look like anything was being pulled, anyone was being pushed off their alignment. Just two guys wanting to fight for that ball. Like you said, Sean, I think that would have been a good no call.
Well, certainly the Cass Tech side, none too pleased with that. Automatic first down for the Crusaders up to the 41-yard line. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, Grant.
Yeah. So if they do decide to put the ball on the ground, they have an opportunity to get that clock stopped.
Trip receivers far side. Flemister swings this one out of the backfield. Pass is caught. Ball is loose. Ball is still loose. Cass Tech fell on it. Cass Tech fell on it at the 40-yard line. Boy, that's the last thing that you wanted Massey to do there. But I think it got yanked right out of his arm. Let's take a look here, Grant.
Let's check it out here. Running back's just going to try to set up the blocks. Ball security has got to be a major priority. And like we said, Victor Polk, if we want to have a good day on defense, Victor Polk's going to have to step up. He does what every defensive defender should do and tackle that football, allow the other guys to rally. Really good job. Cassius Shivers, number 4, with the recovery.
You see Shivers, that's like, when you're playing in the leaf pile as a kid, you fall around the ball, Grant. You don't pop on that, you fall around the ball.
Yep, you want to try to get around in the fetal position and then let your friends come cover you up, secure that fumble right there.
Oh, look who's joining us tonight. I'm so happy. Let's check in with our old friend, Kara.
Hey everybody, Kara Lyles here inside the State Champs studio. Well, coming up at halftime, we're talking about 2 of our new Mr. Football Award candidates. Also going to cover Bryce Underwood breaking that MHSAA touchdown record. That and a whole lot more coming up on Game Time Live.
Well, Patty's doing a fantastic job. We appreciate it. But Kara, never to be undone, wanted to jump in as well. First down, Sendry throwing. Incomplete, near side, putting Sendry back in. Let's see now what the technicians decide to do. Bringing Sendry in tells me they want to go downfield a little bit more with the passing game. That one didn't click, but still great field position here for the technicians at the Crusaders' 40-yard line with $1:08 left in this second quarter.
Look for them to try to work towards the sidelines, try to get out of bounds, stop the clock, and if the ball is caught or ran in between, in bounds here, look for them to try to get on the ball as fast as they can and get their next play in.
Let's see, Hendricks is the lone setback. Sendry, shotgun formation, 2 on the far side, 2 on the near side. Back to pass, flags fly. And they are going to get the technicians on motion here, Grant. You're keeping tally, though.
I am.
No, seriously, I wish we had a camera up here because we could have the Grant Perry cam. He's literally putting all the marks down here.
My pen's going to run out of ink if we keep adding all these penalties together.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. 2 high-quality teams down here. Make no mistake about that. 12-5, the visitors on top right now, but Cass Tech would love nothing more than to change this here in the late juncture. Delayed handoff, Hendricks with some space up the middle. Boy, that space closed quickly in the form of Tyler Bland. Was that 15 that jumped up? That was 19. Check that. Rontrez McLeod. Boy, oh boy. Hendricks looked like he was shot out of a cannon. He looked like he was met by another cannonball out there.
Yeah, defensive line stunted. They sent guys on the perimeter, allowed the middle to open up. Hendricks tried to split the gap there, but was met instantly by the King defense.
There's the clock. Firing back up. The official signals it. There you go. Trip receivers, near side, 1 far side. Sendry shotgun formation. Back to pass. King rushes 4. Sendry under pressure. Sendry gonna go down. Back at the 45-yard line. They're gonna give him forward progress to the 44. But Grant Perry, that might be the last play of this first half. Sendry wants to get one more off on this 4th down and at least take a crack down there. He's got trip receivers near side, 1 far side, a lot of confusion on the Kings side of the ball. Sendry's going to try 1 pass. Back to pass. He's going to heave it out there. Hail Mary, far side of the field, intercepted. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and brought down right at our broadcast vantage point across the way in front of the King bench, and that is going to be the end of the first half. A wild first half, to put it mildly, Grant. Sees Detroit King on top 12-5.
Yeah, what a first half. I mean, it just littered with penalties. The guys want it. The emotions are running high. King leaving the field up right now with the most energy. Got to see something from Cass Tech here in this second half. Try to move that ball offensively if they want to stay in this game.
Before we head to our halftime festivities, we're going to throw it down to the field in just a moment. Patty Cesarini standing by. I know she'll have a conversation of interest. As we said, don't forget, at halftime, we'll take a look at our Player of the Year. We'll take a look at our Anvil Award. But in the meantime, can we throw it down to Patty? Let's throw it down to Patty right now. Patty?
Hey, thanks, guys. Give us just a second.
All right, we'll get to it in just a second, Patty.
All right, we're good to go. Coach, defense has been absolutely huge for you guys. What do you like most about the way they're playing right now?
The effort, overall effort. We're flying to the football. We're doing exactly what we plan to do. We got to clean up the penalty and continue to execute on offense.
Your game plan coming in was to get them to tackle for 4 quarters. They've done it for 2 so far. How do you get them to do it for more?
A 50% in high school is an F. That's how I get them to do it. We got to get an A.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Back up to you guys.
Patrick just looked like a football coach. Like if I looked up in a dictionary, football coach, you might see Coach Patrick's face there, Grant.
Yeah, and I enjoy talking to him a lot, too. You know, had the opportunity to talk to him week 1 and just get to know about his team and the passion he has with the support of his staff at King. I mean, there's a reason they have success year in and year out. He stepped in this year. Ty Spencer left, went to the east side or west side of the state, so he stepped in and is doing a good job here for these Crusaders.
Well, lots to talk about here at the halftime. Don't you go anywhere. We'll have it for you here on the State Champs Network and Local 4+.
Let's talk about getting you the money you deserve after an accident. There's a lot at stake when you've been injured, and choosing the wrong team for your case could be devastating to your recovery. But you don't have to play this game alone. That's why you should call SAM. They've been fighting and winning for families like yours forever, and they've recovered billions of dollars for injured clients. When you're hurt, there's too much on the line. Get the Bernstein advantage and get what you deserve. Call SAM.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry
Howie's!
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect for all those involved in the game.
Enjoy the game.
My name is Dan, and I have dealt with family heating and cooling for 20 years plus. As property manager, I use family heating and cooling because they're honest, they're on time, and fair priced. I would definitely recommend family heating and cooling for their services.
Family is not just our name, it's the way we do business.
My father chose the name Family Heating because he wanted our company to treat everyone like family. Contact us today for your heating, cooling, and electrical needs, and you'll see the difference family makes.
What's up, Michigan? Welcome back for another update in the
State Champs Mr. Football race presented by Hungry Howie's, Lauren Plant, Sean Belesian, week 4, and we've got changes to the race, the first of its kind for 2024. And I'll tell you what, Dakota Grant and Cam Flowers are falling out of the top 10 for right now, but they can play their way back in. We've got to put these new guys in because they're unbelievable. Let's start with the explosive running back from Utica Eisenhower.
Another burner on our list. It seems like every week, Lauren, we're talking about a guy who's a track star who takes his talents to the football field, and that's exactly what you're talking about with Bryce Hurley. This guy can fly. He's getting it done out of the backfield. He's getting it done with receptions. Also, a couple of picks, a huge reason why Ike is off to a 3-0 start, and this kid has GVSU in his future.
This is a kid who wasn't even a running back last year. He was a receiver, got in the weight room. Obviously, he is a track star, one of the fastest in Michigan. In fact, ran the fastest time in Michigan at the AAU regionals this summer. So this kid has got a lot of upside. Now let's move over to the west side of the state, Grand Rapids South Christian to be exact. This kid is not just a hoop star.
No, and you know what? You got to start with the team because I know that's what Carson Viss would like. 3-0 start. Look who they've beaten. The Sailors are off to a great start, but Carson Viss is a big part of it. He's got 12 touchdown passes, 4 runs. Another one of those two-sport stars. This guy's been phenomenal on the basketball court, taking his talents, as a matter of fact, to Kalamazoo for the Western Michigan Broncos. But again, a huge reason why they're off to this great 3-0 start. And Lauren, we say it every year if you're new to this process. If you're getting it done, we're going to find you. We're going to recognize you. And that's exactly it. When we say changes are coming, here we are. We're men of our word.
That's right. And again, if you don't have the top vote count in our competition, then everybody is on the table to be removed. But right now, Davison's AJ Hill has that locked up. So what you can do to keep your guy locked up, go to statechampsnetwork.com and vote for your guy. Just click on the awards tab on the homepage, then click on Mr. Football. You'll see the list. You can vote for your guy, and then you can even view the results. And this Carson Viss, I'll tell you, a couple of years ago had to get talked into playing football, playing some of the best football in the state right now. It's a crazy competition, and this year, again, it seems that it's just ramping up.
No, it's fantastic. You know, I love what State Champs has done as well, inviting people to be a part of us and send those clips in and to be a part of this process, because that's where the buzz starts. That's where you get on the radar, and thus we see some of these changes.
What's he talking about? He's talking about Fan Vision. This is where you send us your clips of your stars that you want us to feature here on State Champs. That's how we found out about Bryce Hurley. So what you do, go to statechampsnetwork.com/fanvision, and you have to follow us. Why? Because you'll be eligible for the grand prize at the end of the season for a brand new iPhone.
Welcome inside the State Champ studio, as always, alongside Ren McCulley. My name is Kara Lyles. We have seen so much good volleyball so far this year, but we want to profile one of our top players this week. Ella Craggs from Northville High School. You're a setter, she's a setter. Just what do you see in her that makes her so special?
Well, coaching her this past season, she has always been a really calming presence on the court, and she leads her offense really well, which is, again, what you want in a setter. So it's really exciting to see what she's going to do with her team this year as a senior at Northville.
And we talked a little bit about this before the camera turned on, but in a game like volleyball where, you know, you can get down pretty quickly, just having that calming presence in a setter, just how important is that for the whole team?
It's extremely important, especially because, you know, your hitters connect to your passers through the setter. So it's really important that she has that calming presence to give that confidence to her hitters and give that confidence to her passers that she can keep that game going.
Well, Coach Lindstrom said that she is one of the most humble kids that she has ever coached. Do you agree with that statement? Just how important is it?
Yeah, 100%. She is always hardworking, very down to earth, and she will do whatever she can to get that ball up at the end of the day. So it's really fun coaching her.
We're super excited to see just how well Ella does the rest of the season, and you can cast your vote at statechampsnetwork.com.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry
Howie's! Hey, what's up, Michigan? Every week we like to give you a hot topic that's happening in high school football. To do that, Scott Bernstein is here. Scott, of course, doing our top 25 rankings, but also, well-schooled in what's happening in high school, especially the hot news. And we got some hot news, especially we want to give a shout out right off the top.
Bryce Underwood, the number one player in the state, maybe the number one player in all of America as a prep quarterback. The field general phenom now has stenciled his name into the MHSA record books as the king of touchdowns, broke the all-time record for touchdown passes last week. Bryce Underwood had a lot of expectations coming into his career as a freshman at Belleville, has exceeded them, as crazy as that sounds. So just really appreciate these next couple of months of Bryce Underwood, one of the best players to ever put on a uniform in the MHSAA. The stats kind of speak to that, and this guy's a blue chipper's blue chipper. It's just a really special time here for quarterbacks in the state of Michigan.
And how about a shout out to the place kicker Braden Lane, right? Most extra points in MHSAA history, so Belleville doing
it. Tells you that those Tigers have been scoring a lot of touchdowns these last handful of years.
No doubt, but you still got to put them through the uprights, so nice job, Braden. Hey, what's up, Michigan? Welcome back inside the State Champs Sports Network studio for another update in our State Champs Amble Award presented by Hungry Howie's. My name is Lauren Plant. This is Ron Talley, and we have been talking the best linemen in the state each and every week, and we're going to talk another today. The gentleman we want to get into this afternoon is Bobby Kanka. Now, Bobby Kanka is a player from Howell High School. This is a guy who last year was injured, only got in about 6 games, still did tremendously. If he would have been available all season long, could have been a finalist in our Amble Award last year. This year, he's in the mix, and he's playing well.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Like you said, this guy last year, 5.5 games, 8 sacks. I mean, what a playmaker. I mean, you figure this guy gets hot, and then next thing you know, he's just a highlight reel waiting to happen. He plays well in the run game. He's 6'5", 270. Lean guy, long arms, committed to Michigan. Here's what this means to me. Here's a guy that didn't get a chance to really play as much as he wanted to, and is probably really eating at him right now. But man, is he balling out in the first 3 weeks. That means that this guy has the measurements to go as far as he needs to go in his own development. Long arms, stuff in the run, great with hands. He's on and he's off. He's wax on, wax off, that kind of guy, and is always near the ball. When you watch this team play, if you just push play on the film, you'll see Bobby Kanka making plays all over the place. In the backfield, his side of the ball, run, screen, he runs it down, and he doesn't miss a tackle. This guy's a serious hitter.
Yeah, look at his highlights against Canton. He actually had an interception right at the line of scrimmage. He's got great hands, and again, finishes everything. It's in his blood as well. His father, Tom Kanka, was an NAIA All-American at Hillsdale College. Actually got a chance to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Detroit Lions. So he's a Hall of Famer for Hillsdale. And now Bobby has his little brother, who is now a freshman on the Howell football team, getting a chance to play together. And when things are coming together like that, his father also an assistant coach on this team, you can talk about the fact that he knows this is his last hurrah. This is his opportunity to shine, and this is an opportunity to make a real big impression on his future team, the Wolverines.
Absolutely, absolutely. This guy is a playmaker, and it makes sense that it's in his blood. This is the kind of guy here, what you see on the field is somebody that has a knack for the ball. Great hands, great eyes, long arms, can swipe you, can chop arm over, can get to the ball. And you can just tell that he's disciplined, he's patient, he plays with his eyes. He's one of those guys that you want to see in the next level, and throughout the season. And he's also a guy, I'm certain, because You can tell his work ethic on the field.
Yeah.
I'm certain that he wants some more. If he had one leg that he had to put a whole cast on, he's playing this year.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll tell you what, Howell is a team to look out for. So if you got him on your schedule, be careful, especially when you see that defensive line come up and Bobby Kanka is anchoring that. All right, one thing that is a little disappointing. How come, in the fact, if you go to statechampsnetwork.com and you click on the Anvil Award, how come Bobby Kanka has 0 votes coming into this week? That is ridiculous.
What is Howell, Michigan doing?
Highlanders, come together. Vote for your guy. Do it now. Go to statechampsnetwork.com. Click on SC Awards. Click on Anvil Award and vote for your guy as often as you can. Like they are doing at Walled Lake Western for Liam Vaughn. 5,000 votes within the first 4 weeks. They know it. And you know what? That means if he wins, the popular vote, automatically guaranteed into the Final Four. May have an opportunity to win the whole thing because you get a slight advantage that way. So do what you can, community. Get out there and vote for your guy. StateChampsNetwork.com.
My name is Dan, and I have dealt with family heating and cooling for 20 years plus. As property manager, I use family heating and cooling because they're honest, they're on time, and fair priced. I would definitely recommend family heating and cooling for their services.
Family is not just our name, it's the way we do business.
My father chose the name Family Heating because he wanted our company to treat everyone like family. Contact us today for your heating, cooling, and electrical needs, and you'll see the difference family makes.
With eyes raised above what is, there is a view of what could be. Beyond all known horizons are visions of an unformed future, brimming with curiosity that can change everything. When looking for the technology and tools that will turn your curiosity into magic, look no further. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
I know from experience, a football team is like a family. You trust each other, you support each other, you rely on each other. That's how it is in life, especially when you've been hurt in an accident. You don't call just anyone. You turn to family for help when you're injured. You turn to the Bernsteins. You can trust them like family, and they'll treat you like family. They're Michigan's first family of law for a reason. Get the Bernstein advantage. After all, we're all family around here.
Welcome back. It is halftime here at Cass Tech, where the visitors have a 12-5 lead at the half. Grant, I want to get your thoughts on the first half in just a second, but I would be remiss if I did not talk about the electrifying performance that the Cass Tech band and dancers put on to entertain everybody on this side. I mean, it's just awesome entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, it was spectacular. I mean, just the power rankings, I mean, they were up there with Rochester Adams after that halftime show.
No doubt about that. All right, well, we have a second. Why don't we throw it down to the third member of our crew, Patty Cesarini. Patty?
Hey, thanks, guys. I'm here with Coach. Coach, what was the message in the locker room?
Right now, we took a couple of shots, we got back up, and we got ourselves back in the game. The thing really was about composure. The whole message this week is about USC. Can you sacrifice and maintain your composure? I just had to remind the kids of that. I think we had good energy. It was not always positive. And I said, let's get back to having positive energy, focus on us. And when we do that, we had success. So we're going to get back to being disciplined, cut the penalties out. We're going to go back and win this game.
All right, and how do you get your offense going here in the second half?
It's Corey Sadler, Alex Graham, and that offensive line. We're about to work the run game. We're going to go play action, and we're going to walk away with a victory.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right.
Back up to you guys.
Two great coaches. My goodness gracious. I'll say the same thing there. You look up, Coach, you're going to see that man. Just a lot of enthusiasm. I like that USC thing, huh? Sacrifice and composure, right?
Yep. And then, just having a head coach that, has that confidence that we're going to go win this game. We're going to go dominate the run game. Hearing that as a player, that instills confidence. That brings confidence. And looking forward to seeing them come out here and have a good half.
About 2 minutes away from the kickoff. You can see the clock, 2:40 to be precise. 12-5 the score. And Grant, I think what Coach said is absolutely right. They weathered the storm. They took two big shots to start this game, a long touchdown pass and then a pick six. And just like that, the score was 12-0.
Yeah, and it looked like it was going to be a landslide here early on. But, knowing this rivalry, knowing what these teams bring, knowing what they have into this game, you knew it was going to be a good one. And, like you said, they weathered the storm. They were able to calm King down, get some stops. They forced 2 turnovers, one being a fumble and one being a safety that went in the end zone. So they're right in this game, and they've had really done nothing on offense. So just goes to show their defense is trying to bring them along, and if they can bring the offense and get that run game going, I think we're in for a good ending here in this game.
Cass Tech will receive the ball to start this second half. What an electric atmosphere here at Cass Tech. If you haven't been here before, I highly suggest it. This is just a fun atmosphere, especially when you get this game. 2 long-time rivals. You're talking about generations of Crusaders and generations of technicians. It's a pretty cool atmosphere down here because of it, Grant.
Yeah, been able to call this game before, and the energy was just as good, just as high. Both these teams, seems like every time they play, it's decided by a one-score difference. And the players that come out of these teams and out of these schools, have had the opportunity to play with them at Michigan as well. And you just hear the importance of this rivalry for the city, and they carry that rivalry on to Michigan and other schools that they go on to, and this is the granddaddy of them all for both of these teams.
All right, since we're having this conversation and we still have a few seconds, how would you describe the vibe with Boys Bowl when you and Catholic Central get together? How do you even put that into words?
A lot of it is you see the tradition before you. You see these videos of the teams that come before you, and you just want to be proud and make the number that wore before you proud as well. That was the big emphasis. It was make those guys that wore the jersey before you proud. Do it for the name on the front, not the name on the back. And both of these teams, Catholic Central and Brother Rice. That's a rivalry. That matches energy to here, and something special as well.
Great stuff, no doubt about it. Hey, let's have our flashback. Detroit King is known as a blue blood program in the state. The Crusaders have won 6 state titles. The first one was in Division II back in 2007, then winning back-to-back in 15 and 16. They went down to Division III, and you're never going to believe it, but they won 3 more. That's right, 3 state crowns in 18, 21, and 22 as well. As you take a look at some of the highlights, proud tradition for the Crusaders, no doubt about that. Boy, Division III 2018. How was that 6 years ago? I remember plain as day. How was that 6 years ago? There they are getting it done again at Ford Field. Certainly looking to get back on top. First things first, they want to finish on top here. A lot of work to do, though. They're only on top 12-5 against the Technicians. Both teams take into the field, as I mentioned. Technicians are going to receive this second half kickoff. Here's part of that electric dance team we were talking about. Boy, did they put on a show. There's a guy that can put on a show. Will Sykes certainly had his moments in that first half, and you know he'd love nothing more than to have another moment right here. He's going to be back deep with the dangerous Alex Graham and Corey Sadler as well. John Kidd currently standing at the 10-yard line, but making his way to the sideline. Something tells me John Kidd might not take it to the house, especially with the camera on his shoulder. Grant?
John's got the ability to take it to the house at any point. I wouldn't put it past him. The legs, he was stretching prior to this game. Crisscross applesauce was really getting into those hip flexors. So don't be surprised if he starts running down this sideline on a big return.
Second half about to begin. We're about 2.5 minutes away here on a beautiful night in Detroit. Beautiful night in Detroit down here on the campus of Cass Tech. Great crowd as well. Both teams heading to their respective sidelines. Let's have another flashback. How about the Cass Tech side? Detroit Cass Tech, not just a city power, but a state one as well over the last 15 years. They have 3 Division I state titles in 2011, 2012, and 2016. Grant, the team that they beat in all 3 of those state titles was?
Detroit Catholic Central.
Shamrocks from Detroit Catholic Central. I let the Rice guy read that.
I appreciate that one.
No problem. I got your back.
Our guy Kevin over here shaking his head.
Hey, old habits die hard, right? We're all friends up here, but listen, once a Shamrock, always a Shamrock to my right. Once a Warrior, always a Warrior to my left. There's a reason why I'm standing between these two guys, all right? And I'm sure the same would be said. If I had a Crusader, he'd be on my left, and a Technician would be on my right. Put the Stevenson guy in the middle, right? Just put the Stevenson guy in the middle. Everything's okay. Might be a different story if there was a Charger up here, a Churchill Charger up here. You might have to put them on the other side. Oh, bad news from Maryland. The Baltimore Orioles with a 7-0 lead over the Tigers. The Red Sox do have a 1-0 lead over the Twins, however, at Fenway Park. I know a lot of people, Grant, that are going to Fenway Park this weekend, rooting on the Red Sox, that also will be in Chestnut Hill tomorrow, rooting on the Michigan State Spartans as they take on Boston College. Of course, Michigan has a big matchup with USC. We'll be keeping an eye on that one. Still having a difficult time coming to grips with the fact that USC is playing Michigan in a Big Ten football game. Wait, isn't that supposed to be the Rose Bowl?
Not at Pasadena. It is definitely, a different sight to see.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, so we're about to get this one underway here. John Kidd doing John Kidd things down on the field. He's got the camera and Cassius Shivers' grill. Shivers has no problem with that. Everybody knows John Kidd. He is, after all, the mayor of Downriver. Not a city, Downriver in its entirety. I'm going to kick this one off to get this second half started. And here we go. Straight toe kick, taken back at the 18-yard line. Sadler makes a cut at the 25. Look out, space, 30. Makes another man miss. 35, finally brought down from behind up to the 38. But there is that electrifying ability of that young man, Corey Sadler.
And I got a feeling that if the grass was a little bit more firm, he'd have a little bit more ability to cut and shake. You could see him trying to gather those feet, trying to stay in balance. A good return, though, pushing this thing close there, looking like they're going to be spotted at the 38-yard line.
So let's see if the Technicians can get a little something going here on their first possession of this second half, with the Crusaders on top 12-5 here. Sadler kind of limps up in the shotgun formation with 2 receivers on the near side, 2 receivers on the far side. The lone setback is Hendricks. Sadler looking over that defense, going to keep it on the ground. Keeper tries to spin out of one tackle, can't do it, but falls forward for maybe a gain of 1. Keep an eye on 1. Look at that. He's got a little limp going on, just a little limp going on out there, Grant.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on. Corey Sadler talking, hearing Coach Russian here at halftime saying that you're going to get a heavy dose of Corey, a heavy dose of this O-line and Alex Graham. So, like you said, Sean, something to keep an eye on.
They're going to mark him up just shy of the 30-yard line. So we'll be nice and give him 1, setting up a 2nd and 9. Staying in at running back is Hendricks. Lines up on the right side with 2 receivers split near side. Now Hendricks is going to split out. Empty backfield with trips near side. Sadler looking over the defense, barking out the signals. 3-man front for King. Man in motion. They fake the jet. Keeper all the way. He can't get out of there, though. He is going to be tackled for a loss. Guess who? We've called his name a few times here tonight. Richard Stewart, the 5'11", 280-pound defensive lineman.
Yeah, that's a great job right there. Understanding your assignment, playing up through the gap, playing vertical, not letting Corey Sadler get the edge, holding on to his arm for the tackle. Like you said, Richard Stewart right here, the freshman, the thick body. Watch him work. Good swim move. Breaks through the double pullers and then just pulls down Sadler. And once he gets a hold of you, there's no letting go. Good tackle there by Richard Stewart.
3rd and long now. 3rd and 14 to be precise. They need to get to about the 48.5. They moved early. That is going to be a penalty on the technicians. I think Sykes is the one to jump a little early there. Grant, another 3rd and long for this Cass Tech offense. Hey, give this defense for the Crusaders a heck of a lot of credit. Defensive coordinator Matt Johnston doing a heck of a job dialing some things up defensively.
Yeah, they're doing some really good things up front. They're playing games up front. They're switching priorities with the defensive linemen, which allow then the linebackers to flow fast. Michael Jobe, Christian Wheeler, a couple of those linebackers have been filling those gaps, and Xavier Newsome and Greg Lee Keller and Rontrez McLeod, a couple guys up front that are causing havoc on that D-line.
Yeah, this is 3rd and, a mile. 3rd and about 19. Trying to set up a receiver screen. Completes, middle of the field. Boy, he gets to the edge. Let's see. Gets up to the 35, pushed out of bounds at the 38. About the original line of scrimmage, setting up a 4th and 10 and surely a punting position here for the technicians.
Yeah, Cass Tech, they're just kind of finding themselves in that same rhythm that they did last year. With Corey Sadler at quarterback. You're one of your most explosive playmakers, and it's tough. It allows the defense to set their ears back and really key Corey and the running back in the run game. The passing game hasn't necessarily been there here for Cass in that first half. They're going to have to find a way to mix things up in order to move this football.
Dangerous Deontay Ellington stands back on his own 30-yard line. King on top by a score of 12-5. Chasing that snap down. Takes a little bit of a technician bounce towards the King sideline and out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. So that is where
you're going to see the screen pass here. Corey Sadler's going to navigate this pocket well, fit it into Alex Graham. Good job of finding your receiver. Fits it through. Look at that tight window. Fits it through those two defensive linemen. Then Alex Graham cuts it back across the field. Just doesn't have enough room to make the first down. You can see the athleticism out of both those guys, Alex Graham and Corey Sadler, trying to help and get this offense moving, trying to figure out a way to pick up a first down.
Here comes this Crusader offense back on the field with a 12-5 lead. With 8:39 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Beautiful night in Detroit. Hopefully you're enjoying this game as much as we are, whether you're watching it via the State Champs Network or with our friends from Local 4 Plus. Really appreciate you being with us. High snap, handoff, trying the right side of the line, a little space out there, out past the 35. Boy, good hard run there by Michael Dukes. As you mentioned, one of the stars, Grant, to that game at Wayne State. He didn't give up on that play and picks up a first down.
Yeah, really good. And King is doing a good job here. They're going big personnel. They're going 13 personnel, meaning they're going to bring in 3 tight ends just to 1 running back, no receivers. They're going to say, hey, you know what? Bring in your big guys, Cass Tech. We're going to play in between the tackles. And if King can find a way to get this ball moving on the ground, that's going to play into their favor here as this game goes forward.
A little old school look here, no doubt about it. Bringing it in tight. 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line. Darrell Keeple here all the way. He's grabbed around the hip at about the 40, falls forward to about the 42-yard line. Give him a gain of 1, setting up a 2nd and 9.
It's a good read right there by Cameron Simoir. The backside linebacker there sees the guards pull away. And when that happens, you have the opportunity to fight down the line of scrimmage or shoot through the gap and try to get a tackle for loss there. He does a good job of getting through the line of scrimmage. making a tackle here for only a short gain of 1.
Yeah, Flemister had to work hard just to pick up 1 as well. 2nd and 9 from the 42-yard line. Going to open it up now. Looks like trip receivers on the near side and 1 on the far side. Lone setback is Michael Dukes. Shotgun formation on this 2nd and 9. Looking over the defense is Flemister. Awaits the snap, shotgun, high snap, fakes the handoff. Steps up in the pocket, makes 1 man miss, hit from behind, falls forward. That's going to be a short gain up to about the 44. Give him 2, but that sets up a 3rd and 7.
And that's a great play right there by Logan Howell, number 56, the big D tackle, 6'3", 313-pound lineman committed to play at Miami of Ohio. Really good job of getting a hold of that jersey, not letting him go, because it looked like Flemister was going to have an opportunity there to make something happen in between the tackles on the scramble. Good job by Logan Hall, number 56.
Well, let's see what the Crusaders dial up here. 3rd and 6 from their own 44-yard line.
Flemister is great at keeping the play alive, keeping his eyes downfield, trying to find receivers. So if you're Cass Tech here, try to force him up and outside the pocket, but get guys on guys. Make sure you're covering downfield. Don't let him hurt you over top.
Henry checks in. Ellington checks out. Flemister in the shotgun. Lone setback is Ellington. 2 on the far side, 1 on the near side. Keep it on the ground, hitting the backfield, but look at working his tail off. Ellington trying to get to that 1st down. Flag comes in after the play, and I think this one's going exclusively on King. But good job by Ellington to make it close. It would have been 4th and short, but I think being the key and operative word, this is going to be a penalty against King at the end of the play.
Yeah, I think they're going to get number 7 there, DeMond Stennis. A little push there after the whistle.
Indeed. Hey, Alta Equipment Company knows when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment partners with the biggest names in construction. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Move them back. Certainly a punting situation to be sure now for the Crusaders.
4th down, gentlemen.
4th down. Crusaders have to punt this one away.
4th down, gentlemen.
Rugby style kick. Looking for that bounce, as always, gets that bounce at the 35, and finally stopping at about the 30-yard line. So that is where this technician offense will take over, looking to get a spark, Grant. It just seems like they've been missing a spark the whole game so far.
Yeah, it starts with the O-line right now. They're getting dominated up front by this defensive line at King. I mean, the run-through on the runs, I mean, there's no lanes for these running backs to be able to get going. Looks like they're going to check back in Seth Sendry, try to figure out someone that has some rhythm here, try to find a way to get him to make some throws on the perimeter, whether it's short game, quick game. Got to get the ball out quick if you're going to throw it, and if you're going to run it here, you got to get some push up front.
I'm going to say it again. Take a look at 1. There's a little hitch in the giddy up. He's favoring an ankle out there.
Yep, he is. But knowing the magnitude of this game, he's going to fight through it. And right now, I guarantee you, he's telling his quarterback, "Hey, just give me a chance."
Yeah, no doubt about that. 1st and 10 for the technicians on their own 30-yard line. Going to keep it on the ground, near side, trying to get to the edge, can't. Great pursuit again by King. That's Hendricks, the dangerous Hendricks, and just going sideline to sideline is this Crusader defense.
Yeah, they're running, they're flowing. Rontrez McLeod does a great job there of not letting Damari Hendricks there get the edge. Wide zone, got to stay true to your gap, does a good job of expanding that gap and then making the tackle there.
Give them a gain of 2.5. We'll call it 2nd and 7. Hendricks stays in, lone setback. Sadler on the near side, receiver on the far side. Low snap, Sendry checks it down, going deep. Had a step, did Sadler. The pass was thrown in a spot where only Sadler was going to get it, but he couldn't bring it in with one hand, setting up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's a good ball. I mean, Sadler gets pushed to the sideline. I'd like to see him try to get, stack the DB there. But Curtis Perry does a good job of widening him, staying in that hip, getting eyes back to the football. In that situation there, if quarterback Seth Sendry, puts a back shoulder ball on him, I think, Corey Sadler has an opportunity to make a play there.
Clock stops, 4:47 to go, a manageable 3rd and 7. I'm not sure I should say this the way this Crusader defense is playing. Let's see what the technicians dial up here. Hendricks remains the lone setback. Sadler on the near side. Sendry in the shotgun. King rushes 4. They try the handoff. Hendricks makes one miss, makes another miss. Gets a blocker in front of him, close to the first down, but I think he's going to be just short. Let's see where they mark this. This is going to be close, Grant, but just short.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there, Sean. Actually, you know what? Top of the field there, I think the official's going to mark it.
They're giving it to him. Absolutely, they're giving it to him. Well, we promised you a good game here tonight on State Champs and Local 4+, and you got it. This is anybody's football game with about 16 and a half minutes to go, and the technicians get themselves a first down. Heck of a run there on 3rd and 7, Grant.
Yeah, really good run. Michael Jobe presented himself to the outside, made Damari Hendricks cut back inside, used his small stature to kind of sneak behind those linemen, picked up the hard-needed first down there.
Sendry looking over that defense. Going to keep it on the ground. Try the middle of the line that time. That's Julian Taylor. Boy, he's a fine-looking freshman at 5'9" and a $172. Picks up 3 hard yards there, setting up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that's how you want your running backs to look. Strong and sturdy, thick lower body, not afraid to run between the tackles, puts his nose down there, picks up a couple yards. Like you said, he's got a bright future. That's only a freshman, but he's getting reps here on varsity with these other guys that have had experience. Just goes to show that this kid's got a bright future.
Seth Sendry, the senior quarterback, comes over to the near side of the field for the moment, talks to his coaches, now breaks the huddle. 2 receivers split far side, 1 on the near side. Sendry looking over that defense, 2nd and 7. Back to pass, 3-step drop, swings it out of the backfield, complete, out past the 45, close to a first down, but just short. Hey, the Lawrence Tech football team is back home tomorrow to take on Marion University of Indiana. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock, and you can watch the game right here on the Lawrence Tech Athletics YouTube page. Coach Merchant looking to get that first win on the season for the Blue Devils. He is going to be very successful at Lawrence Tech. Mark my words. And Grant Perry, hope you have a great call on the game tomorrow.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. Looking forward to it. Should be a great one.
3rd and 2. Cass Tech on their own 48. Sendry in the shotgun. Keeping it on the ground. Hitting the backfield, but good second effort by Carson Lovett to punch it past the 50-yard line. Good enough for a first down for the technicians.
And good job there. Technicians step into 20 personnel, meaning they're going to go 2 running backs, no tight ends, and just receivers there to fill out the rest of the play. Good job at lining both running backs on each side of the quarterback. Doesn't allow the defense to key in which side the running back's most likely going to take it. They're doing a good job of mixing it up also in this quick passing game you saw in that last pass.
Nothing fancy on this drive so far, Grant. Just mano-a-mano type of stuff.
Yeah.
Sendry with the 2 backs again. 2 receivers split near side. Fakes the handoff, rolls near side, looks near side, fires in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Grant Perry, I know you're always going to get the back of the wide receivers, but I think that's one Howell would like to have back.
Yeah, that's one he wants back, and that's one that when your quarterback is having a day struggling, you really want to help him out, give him some confidence, and a throw that's right on your body. That's one you got to bring in.
2nd and 10 now. Oh, we got a flag on the far side of the field. I didn't see that. My apologies. Grant, any idea? I know it's going against King now, but I did not see that.
I think they got a legal man downfield for Cass Tech.
All right. Hey, Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Family, not just the name of the company, but the way they do business. I can definitely vouch for that. They have served my home for many years, and we appreciate the work that Family does and being a part of this. Second and 15. Now, 1st and 15. Check that. Sendry in the shotgun, going to keep it on the ground. Trying the right side of the line, some space out there. There's that freshman again, Julian Taylor. Hard run, out past the 44-yard line. I'm going to say it again, Grant, nothing fancy. They're just manning up and keeping the ball on the ground.
And they're doing a good job. They're one for one, they're holding on to the ball. No turnovers thus far. Really good job there. And then two, they're controlling this clock. It's not a two-score game. It's a one-score game. You have the opportunity to drain this clock, take the lead here at your home field. Not the lead, but you can tie it up here, which would be impressive.
2nd and 6 from the 43-yard line. Keeping it on the ground. Trying the left side of the line. Plunging forward should be enough for a first down is Carson Lovett. And a flag comes in late.
Oh.
What's your count at now?
We got Cass Tech at 14 and Martin Luther King at 11. We'll see who this is on.
Having quite the discussion out there. You can see on your screen at about the 27-yard line. You know, for all I know, maybe they're sitting there going, which Coney do you like better, American or Lafayette? And one guy's going, I'm an American guy. No, I'm a Lafayette guy. They're having, maybe that's the conversation. Pretty hard to deny a Coney dog. That's a Detroit original, no doubt about that. Still having a conversation out there. We wait for the call here. Coming to the center of the field. We're going to get it momentarily. Personal foul. Both teams. Hey, let's flash back to last year when Cass and King met at Ford Field for the city championship. Very close game, but it would be Cass Tech coming away with a 24-23 victory for their 2nd straight PSL championship. Now, Grant, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that was on both teams, but they're moving the ball forward.
It's beyond me. I'm trying to figure it out with you.
Yeah. All right, we'll reset it for you here. A first down to the 24-yard line. And this impressive drive by the technicians continues.
This two-back set's working well. No tight ends. Both running backs should be on each side of the quarterback.
Sendry in the shotgun, high snap, keeps it on the ground. Some space over the right side. Hit at the 20, makes it cut. Inside the 15, pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, but there's a flag on the field. Good run there by Lovett. Lovett looks like a guy that's saying, oh, no, don't take this back. I just worked my tail off to get that down to the 10-yard line.
As a player, you hate to see a hanky come in on one of your plays. And
I think they're going to say hold here. Preliminary indication. There it is. A hold against Cass Tech. Holding Cass Tech. Let's see where they call it from. Spot of the foul takes it back to about the line of scrimmage, Grant. About the line of scrimmage.
And one thing Cass Tech's doing well right now with this two-back set is one of the backs on the handoffs is going to be cutting off and blocking anything that comes from that backside. And that's one issue they had in the run game in that first half, was allowing that backside pressure to chase down these runs. Really good job by these backs of alternating their blocking assignments and really sealing down that backside, allowing these running backs front side to get ahead of steam going.
Lovett and Taylor back there with Sendry. Sendry back to pass on this first down. Wants it all. Going up top. He's got a man out there. Touchdown! The dangerous Sadler juggled it but said, come here, you. Pulled it in. And Cass Tech is an extra point away from tying this one up. Well, the ankle looked fine there, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. He could smell that end zone. That ankle tightened up, and it felt good. He was waiting about a country mile for that football to come down to him. Safety almost was in on that play, but good job by Seth Sendry putting that ball on Corey, seeing it, not letting it go to waste, capitalizing on the explosive plays, touching back to the keys of the game. When you have opportunities to get these capital plays or explosive plays in, make them and make them count.
Run set up the pass for sure on that drive. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. We're all tied up, 12 apiece, with 56 8.4 seconds remaining. Here you go, Grant.
Here we go, and Seth Sendry's pump fakes, get the cornerback to step up. All you got to do is beat that safety. He does just that. That ball comes in right to Corey Sadler, and like you said, Sean, he wasn't going to let that one drop. Jumped out of his lap and brought it right back home.
25 yards. Sendry to Sadler, and we're all tied up. Look at the quarterback and receiver having a conversation about it right there. Take a look at some of the partisan crowd here at Cass Tech. Beautiful night. My goodness gracious. And this game has lived up to the expectations. What else would you expect? As you talked about in the pregame show, Grant, they played 2 tight games last year, 12-12 here at this late juncture in the third quarter.
Expect nothing less from both of these teams. I mean, you can see how bad each one of them wants it. After the play, there's some emotions flying, and right there, Cass Tech gets a much-needed momentum boost from Corey Sadler and Seth Sendry. Let's see if they can go ahead and capitalize and do something on defense here.
Hope you are enjoying it on the State Champs Network and Local 4 Plus. Great to see Local 4 here before the game as well, doing some live shots and doing some stuff out here. Love to see that stuff. This is a great product in the state of Michigan, this high school football. Kick goes well into the end zone, and now momentum decided they were going to stay on this side of the stadium. Let's see what the Crusaders can do to answer that.
And if you're King, you want to get back to how you accomplish these points here in the first half. You know, the pass game was good, get that going, but take a play out of Cass Tech's playbook. Run the ball well, and then open up the pass as those defenders, those safeties are going to start stepping up, trying to protect the run, and then the pass game's open.
All right. Here comes Flemister and that Crusader offense back on the field. In case you're just joining us, they scored quickly. Did this Crusader team a long touchdown pass and then a pick six. But Cass Tech is chipped away. Keeping it on the ground to start this drive. A little space up front, out past the 23, up to about the 24 yards. There's that patented 4 yards a pop. You take that all day, setting up a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and what you want to do is just try to calm this crowd down, right? They just got on their feet. They're still loud. They're still excited. Go ahead and just run this ball. Let them sit back down. Try to get control of this game again.
Waning moments of this third quarter, all tied up. 2nd, and boy, they're going to mark that close to the 25, so give him almost 5 on that first down carry. 2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. Flemister shotgun, claps his hands once, going to keep it on the ground. This time, not a lot of space out there, maybe forward progress to the 26-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 4 when we come back with fourth quarter action of a 12-12 game between the home team, the Cass Tech Technicians, and Detroit King Crusaders. Don't you go anywhere. We'll have the fourth quarter for you right here on the State Champs Network and Local 4 Plus.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's! At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnenbogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Welcome back. We are all up here at Cass Tech football field at 12-12, and Alex Graham is back at Cass Tech after spending his last season at IMG Academy. He said he wanted to come back to play with his friends, teammates, and his little brother, James Johnson. And while he was at IMG, he said he learned a lot, he felt like he matured a lot, and he is ready for college ball. But during his time there, he only played cornerback. So he said he really missed scoring touchdowns, but his counterpart, Corey Sadler, just beat him to it here tonight. Back up to you guys.
Great job, Patty. Appreciate everything you've done here tonight. We're not done yet. Lots to do yet with the fourth quarter coming up of a 12-12 game here between the Crusaders from Detroit King and the home team, the Technicians from Cass Tech. How about that overhead shot of Detroit, huh?
Beautiful. I mean,
our boy Kevin, the CC guy, flying his drone over the city, right? That's your drone, isn't it, Kevin? What a beautiful view. Let me know where I can get one of those things, man. Here we go. Big third down. 3rd and 5. Flemister with a keeper, and that's going nowhere. That is going nowhere but back. I think that's going to be a loss. Maybe forward progress, and a flag comes in at the end of the play.
Yep, I think they're going to get King for pulling guys off the pile, pushing guys off the pile, but I could be wrong.
Cass Tech. Boy, they don't look happy out there either. Let's wait and see what this call is. The officials having a conversation down there. Boy, you would think, Grant, that both the coaching staffs right now are saying, guys, it's the fourth quarter. Knock it off. We can't have it right now. Can't have it right now. That is definitely going against King. A big stand there by the Technicians, and they're going to get the ball back, Grant, with all the momentum on their side.
Yeah, I mean, really good job there of getting that score, Corey Sadler touchdown, and then coming back on defense and understanding, hey, King has been running this 12, 13 personnel package, heavy package. We got to fill gaps. We got to tackle. They do a great job there of corralling the football and not being the second guy to the penalty that time.
Sadler is going to head back out there. You can see him favoring that ankle. Even as he's standing there, Grant, kind of slowly walking into territory, Crusader territory. Kings are going to have to kick this just at the goal line. Let's see if Cass Tech decides to bring some pressure. I'm going to say start the clock. There it is.
If you're King, you got to have a good snap here back in this area. You had one that went over your head and caused a safety earlier in this game.
That's a big safety right now. Good snap. Whistles blow. Flags fly. I think this one's going to be, oh boy, moving back even further. Hey, Grant, good point, man. I think people forget that safety, which is looming huge right now. And it was in this similar position, and now you move them back 5 yards. You got your punter sitting 5 yards deep. You got to make sure that snap comes right to him.
Yep. And this punter does have a little bit more height than Flemister, but regardless, the snap's got to be in his chest. They got to get rid of it quickly.
Good snap. Good punt. Sadler going to take this at the 43. Makes one man miss, makes another man miss. Spins out of a would-be tackle at 35. Another one at the 30. Are you kidding me? 25 inside the 20 and pushed out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. I think it's all for naught, though, Grant. As guess what? There's a yellow hanky sitting at the 43-yard line.
Uh-oh. My count right now, I got King at 15. And I actually and I got Kaz at 16. We'll see what this one.
Boy, that Sadler's pretty good, though, isn't he? That kid's all right.
Oh, yeah.
He might have a future, you think, Grant?
I would recruit him, let's just say that. But about 35 other schools have already started that, and he's going to have an opportunity to go wherever he wants.
Hey, Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champs Network, Mr. Football, and Anvil Awards. Hungry Howie's, the original flavored crust pizza. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. And I'll tell you what, I'm having one at noon tomorrow, Grant. I am going to have one, and I'm going to listen to your broadcast of Lawrence Tech football, and I am going to eat extra Cajun crust with double pepperoni, and I'm going to enjoy it.
I bet you
and
will.
And I'm not going to feel guilty about it either.
No, don't.
I'm not going to
set yourself up now. Say, you know what, I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to get down on myself about it.
I might order 2.
Why not?
Why not? You only live once. All right, 1st and 10 for the Technicians now. At the midfield stripe, 12-12 your score. Shotgun formation, running again with those 2 backs, trying to get to the edge. Some space out there, out past the 45, up to about the 43-yard line. Grant, that's about an 8-yard carry. Slow developing play, but they pick up 8.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a night and day difference from that first half to the second half in the run game right now. Really good job there by the left tackle, Khalif Kanti, of just sticking with his man, trying to get to the outside shoulder of number 0, Willie Fletcher. Willie Fletcher ends up making that tackle, but not before they pick up 8 yards right there on first down.
Boy, they found a little spark putting Sendry back in, and you brought it up, those 2 backs. 2 receivers split outside, 1 near side. Playbook wide open on this 2nd and 2. Sendry going to keep it on the ground, though. First down and more. Good push at the end, out past the 36 to about the 35-yard line, moves the chains.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. You know, you don't know which back's going to get it right. Both on each side of the quarterback, got the bigger backs in that are running through contact, picking up hard yards in between the tackle. And Lovett would have had more yards right there if he hadn't ran into his own lineman. Lineman finished the block, turned around, ended up essentially making the tackle, but not before he picked up the first down.
1st and 10 for the Technicians on the Crusader 35-yard line. Sendry again in the shotgun, this time to Hendricks. Not a lot of space. You could tell the Crusaders were like, okay, enough of that. But still a gain of 3 on a first down carry.
Yep, gain of 3. You're happy with that. But also this 2-back set allows you to do some play action. They got Corey Sadler in the slot. Wouldn't be surprised if they come out of this with boot action, try to get Corey Sadler in the flat, allow him to make a big play and turn upfield.
Clock running, 9:25 to go here, 4th quarter, 12-12 game, but the home team threatening. Cass Tech with a 2nd and 7 from the 32-yard line. Boy, what a fun night out here in Detroit. Sendry again in the shotgun. 2 receivers outside. 1 on the inside. Going to swing it out. Sadler dropped. He was looking when he should have been catching.
Yep. You can see, I mean, the safety's 10, 15 yards off of Corey Sadler in the slot. It looks like they're going to be turning into a cover 2 look, meaning that cornerback to Corey Sadler's side turns his hips, keeps eyes inside, tries to see everything that progresses right there. If that ball's on Corey Sadler's chest, he can go ahead and make something happen upfield. But, I mean, that's Corey Sadler. He catches those 10 times out of 10. That's just, like you said, Sean, he tried to run before he caught that one and just missed it.
Checking back in is Lovett. Checking out is Hendricks. 3rd and 7. Big one here. Huge one here, as a matter of fact.
Watch for Carson Loveland in the flat. Some type of corner route by Corey Sadler in the slot.
Back to pass. Looking, firing, caught. First down and more. Good cut right at the stick. Inside the 25 and brought down to the 22-yard line.
And really good job there. They put the running back in the flat, which widens the defense. Corey Sadler runs a cornerback, which drags a linebacker out of there, takes the safety out of the picture, and then Alex Graham just goes ahead and sits in that zone window. We call that a spot concept. There's a sit, a flat, and a corner route. It's old school football. Every team runs it. Every team has it right there. Really good job by Seth Sandry of dropping back, seeing his target, putting it on him, and picking up that first down.
Man, how about my broadcast partner breaking it down right there? Great stuff from Grant Perry. Appreciate you. First down. Cass Tech going to keep it on the ground. Boy, again, just a big push by that offensive line that Grant, I think you brought it up earlier, they were the ones that were being pushed around early. Now they're the bullies out there. That's another nice gain out to about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Marvin Russian was not lying. When Patty talked to him prior to the second half kicking off, he said, we're going to run this football. Corey Sadler's going to be involved, and we're going to get a good push up front. And right now they're doing just that, not allowing any run through, doing a good job of putting these big backs in situations where they can pick up much-needed yards.
Graham's going to line up far side, 2 on the near side. Sendry looking over that defense. Going to keep it on the ground. A big hole up the middle. Love it. He punches his way down for a first down just shy of the 10-yard line. So if I'm looking at this correctly, it is potential they can get a first down inside the 1. Boy, this is just a man's drive. Reminds me of last week when Adams got the ball, if you remember, Grant, and said, we're running down the field, you got to stop us. That's what the technicians are doing right now. Sendry in that shotgun, handing it off. Big play that time. Look at jumping in and making a big play. We've talked about 55. We've talked about 56. Gregory Keller that time with the big stop.
Gregory Keller does a good job of getting through the line of scrimmage, fighting through his block, not giving anywhere to go. Does a good job of containing that play, tackling him there for a short gain. Or no, excuse me, a loss.
It's a loss of 3, right? Yeah, but a loss of 3. Back to the 13-yard line. They got to get to about the 1, inside the 1 for a first down. You know they're thinking touchdown here. Make no mistake about that. Graham lining up far side again. Now it's the dangerous Sadler in motion, and flags fly. Granted, they have 2 guys moving at the same time.
Yep, looks to be that way. And if you're Cass Tech, you got to pay attention here to what the defense is giving you. They're not playing man coverage. Nobody's running with Sadler. He's got leverage when he gets outside that tackle. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to throw him some screen, let him catch it, short throw, easy completion, let the playmaker use his feet and pick up the rest.
So they're going to push this back to about the 16-yard line, setting up what should be about the 17. So we'll call it, in fairness, 2nd and 16. Same formation out there. This time, 2 receivers split to the far side and 1 on the inside. That's Sykes. Sendry in the shotgun. Flags fly again. Oh, they're going to call a timeout. Timeout. Good decision. Talk about it with 6:15 to go in a 12-12 game. Quite impressed by this drive by the technicians, though. Methodical, Grant. Methodical would be a word I would use.
Methodical. Got to credit the coaching staff for coming out in this second half, seeing that 2-back set was going to give you some opportunity, some advantage, some leverage. They've been using that set, we call that 20 personnel, and they've been using it really well here this second half.
Hey, let's take a flashback. Cass Tech basketball. Cass Tech was built in 1907. It wasn't until 2023 that the boys basketball team won a state title. What a special day it was in East Lansing when Cass Tech beat Muskegon for the Division I state crown. Look at that celebration. Isn't that cool?
That's fantastic.
Good for them.
That's got to be one of the harder sports to win a state title in, is hoops.
Look at that. Straight out of Cass Tech shirt. Always sure to see some alums coming back here. Once a technician, always a technician, I suppose, huh? Basketball coach down on the field. Appreciate you. In the meantime, on the football field, 6:15 to go. 2nd and 16 from about the 17. Sendry in the shotgun again. He's got 2 split outside, 1 inside. Back to pass. Got all the time in the world. Swings it out, but it's deflected. Ball was deflected, and it falls harmlessly incomplete. So a huge 3rd down forthcoming here, Grant.
Yeah, you'd like to see Seth Sandry, the quarterback there, to take a good drop, take his drop, go through his progression. He had Corey Sadler there immediately. If he gets that ball out on his 3rd step on the drop back, he has an opportunity to complete that. If it's not there, if he doesn't like it, if he doesn't see it immediately, he's able then to rotate, turn, and hit Carson Lovett. That time, he just doesn't take a good drop, doesn't read the progression, and doesn't get the ball on the receiver.
Hey, the Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast array of resources, services, information, and training to our diverse membership in Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com for more info. Huge 3rd down here. You've got Lovett and Taylor in the backfield. Sykes near side, 2 receivers far side. Sendry sends a man in motion. Going to give it to him on the jet, the dangerous Sadler. This time he's wrapped up and he's going nowhere. I think the first man on the spot, and we've called his name a couple times here tonight, is Wyndham. Jaden Wyndham stepped up and kind of lassoed him.
Yeah, Wyndham's had a really good game defensively. Has that pick six in that first quarter. He's come up and made some huge tackles in the box. He's got not afraid to hit. First team all region last year. They call him a tone setter on that side of the ball.
All right, so what do you do here? Do you go for the field goal? Do you try to go for the end zone? They're going to attempt a field goal here.
Yeah, it's right within that range he hit earlier.
Yeah. This is going to be, let's see where they set that down. It's about a 38-yarder. 38-yarder. You can see him pacing it off. One step to the left, another step to the left. Wind, not a factor, blowing a little bit to the west. High snap, good job getting it down. The kick is up. The kick is no good. Look at the Crusaders celebrate. Now they've got new life. Now they've got new life as they get the ball back with 4:54 to go. I think they're going to put a few seconds on the clock. The clock ran off again about 10 seconds there. But they take over now. Do the Crusaders at their own 20-yard line? Where are they going to mark this? Waiting to see myself. Still having a conversation out there. Yeah, at the 20-yard line. So this offense that scored a long touchdown early just hasn't been able to find much of a spark since then, Grant.
Yep, they were able to slip DeMond Stennis there behind the secondary in that first quarter, and since we haven't seen a pass or an explosive play in the air of that similar magnitude since.
For Mr. looking over that defense, he's got two receivers split on the near side, one on the far side.
Yeah, I mean, this second half, Cass Tech has played great defense. Has forced 2 punts on the previous 2 drives that King has had. So look for Cass Tech to try to tackle the football, find a way to get their defense off the field again. And like you said, Sean, if you're King, you got to find a way to have a good drive here. As this time's winding down, this could be, if you run and play your cards right, this could be the last possession of the game.
Well, they put 11 seconds back on the clock. 5:05 to go here. Fulmister, shotgun, claps the hands, fakes the handoff. Rolls out far side. He's under pressure. He steps up, makes a couple men miss, throws it at the last second. Incomplete, a dangerous throw, but I guess that's better than taking a sack for what would have been about a -4, Grant.
Yeah, and I mean, that could have gone a number of ways. He slips in between 2 defenders with the ball not tucked. It could have been a strip sack, some type of ball on the ground, but really good job by Fulmister there of sticking through it, getting rid of the ball, not putting it in an area in which a Cass Tech defender could get it.
2nd and 10 for the Crusaders on their own 20-yard line. Looking to get a little something going on offense. Fulmister, you can see him barking at his linemen. He's got 2 receivers split outside, 2 on the inside, lone setback. That is the dangerous Michael Dukes. Sends Dukes out of the backfield, empty look, back to pass, Fulmister. Under pressure, he's chased outside, throws outside, incomplete. Didn't have a chance.
That's a
great coverage downfield, Grant.
Yeah, really good coverage. They're trying to get Fulmister to get outside the pocket, but now allow him to hurt him with his legs right there. He's trying to find his receivers downfield. Good job by the Cass Tech defense of corralling to the football, not allowing any lanes downfield, of pushing him up, tightening the pocket, making him go up and out, and then rallying to the football.
Well, the home crowd's loving this. 3rd and 10 from their own 20-yard line for the visitors from Detroit King. Last thing in the world you want to do is put the ball back in the hands of this offense that found something, Grant. No doubt about that. And a ton of time on the clock, I might add. Kings can call a timeout and talk about it. Never a bad decision. So with 4:49 to go, timeout, Detroit King. Hey, let's have one more recognition of winning the state champs Mr. Football Award. Daquan Finn. Boy, wasn't he something. He won it in 2018, and we had Darius Big Play Slay come and present the award to Daquan. King won the D3 title that year. Finn now the starting quarterback at Baylor. Boy, was he dynamic to watch.
Yeah, he was.
Woo! huge, huge. Boy, look at that look.
That's a good look.
Could you pull that look off?
No, I don't believe so, but he's pulling it off.
You know who I could guarantee you could not pull that look off? Me. Could you imagine that?
It'd be an interesting look.
Yeah, I'd have Cajun sauce all over my shirt. Let's be honest, right? Big third down here. 3rd and 10 for the Crusaders at their own 20-yard line. Flemister claps his hands, gets a snap. Stepping up, he's going up top. He's got Stinson out there, overshoots him just by Stennis overshoots him just by a couple of feet. But Stennis had 2 men beat that time, Grant. Flag on the field.
We'll check what the flag is, but really good job. Cass Tech, legal man downfield, I believe, is the call. It's going to go against King. Kaz will decline that. But, yeah, like you said, Sean, really good throw there. Put the ball where the safety couldn't get it and the corner couldn't get it. Just couldn't find the rhythm there to get it to his receiver there, Stennis. But that's a ball where that's right where you got to place it. It's a good throw.
Would you expect anything else when you're talking about Cass Tech and Detroit King? 12-12 game with 4:42 to go. No surprise whatsoever. No, sir.
And if you were to ask me how Kaz got those points, first a safety, then a field goal, and then a touchdown, I would have never predicted that already.
Right. Getting this punt away. Good punt. Chasing far side of field. Takes a King bounce out of bounds at about. The official still stepping up. Still stepping up. Still stepping up. About the 45-yard line. So here comes this Cass Tech offense. That was Alex Graham back there. As we mentioned, Sadler, I noticed it coming out at halftime. He's got a little hitch in the giddy-up, just a little limp. So maybe that's why they sent Alex Graham back there, but do not be surprised if number 1 doesn't see the ball. Grant Perry with 4:34 to go.
If you're Cass Tech, you want to try to have a 4-minute and 30-second drive, leave it the least amount of time possible for King. Try to drain this clock and win it here at the buzzer.
Sendry in the shotgun again. 2 receivers near side. They're keeping the ball on the ground. Not much space this time. That King defense really loads up and keeps it to a minimal gain. We'll call it a gain of 1, setting up a 2nd and 9. Grant Perry, you got to start thinking about the player of the game for each team, don't you?
It's a big
lot of
pass.
pressure.
Yeah,
a lot of pressure. Don't worry, we only have like a gazillion people watching and listening on Local 4 Plus and the State Champs Network, so no pressure on you.
All right. Answer needed now?
No, not now, right? How soon? She said soon.
Some crucial football to be played here.
So it's like there's pressure, but not pressure right this second. Sendry back to pass, throws near side. Got the edge, got the 50, pushed out of bounds at about the 48-yard line, setting up what should be a 3rd, and we're going to call it 3 from the 48-yard line. The clock continues to run with 3:30 to go here in the game. Tied up at 12 apiece. Quickly, the technicians out of the huddle. Sendry in the shotgun. He's got the 2 backs on each side. 2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. I think we're going to get a timeout. Who's talking about it? I think they're saying, was that King that called it? I did not see the official mark, but I know there's a timeout on the field. Grant Perry, do you have your answer? Don't tell us.
I won't say.
Okay. Good job.
I won't say, but I got a couple names.
Here's the coolest thing. How you respond under pressure says a lot about you. And the way you just responded under pressure, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, pal.
I'm proud of you.
I got to say, I've never been asked to name an MVP. Put a couple names down there for however this game ends up. But, I mean, there's been a lot of good ball out here played tonight.
No, you could pick a plethora of guys.
Yeah.
You really could. I mean, it's a nice problem to have when you have this much talent on the field.
And both of these teams are playing within the team. I mean, it's hard. Certain guys stand out. Yes, certain guys score, but there's so many jobs that each player is doing that maybe not that doesn't get recognized. That is a huge, vital piece to this team's success, each team's success.
Boy, what a huge third down here, just inside Crusader territory. Alex Graham's going to split on the far side. You got Will Sykes on the near side. Taking his place on the far side as well as Sadler. Two backs in the backfield with the quarterback, Seth Sendry. 3rd and 4, shotgun formation. King shows blitz. King picks it up and blows it up. What a great read by Michael Jobe. Single-handedly blowing that play up, Grant.
Yeah, reading it, jumping on it, and then letting your boys come to the party and finish the tackle. I mean, that was 4 or 5 hats on the football right there. Really good form tackle. And when this time is running down, when the yards matter, you got to have everyone to that football, tackle the football, and then let your other friends bring the guy down. Really good job there by Michael Jobe.
Well, the clock continues to run. Might we have overtime? Well, King would love nothing more than to get a big return here and make that a moot point, but as that clock continues to run, every second off that clock gets us a second closer to an overtime session. And I think the technicians are just fine with letting this clock run right now. Low snap, uh-oh, in trouble, down he goes. Worst case scenario, Grant Perry, as the Crusaders are going to be in business at Cass Tech's 26.
Yeah, you talk about the worst case scenario, that is it. I mean, the kicker had the opportunity to get up, but just couldn't find the leg to get it out. Huge play there for the King Crusaders.
Hey, don't forget our next Game Time Live will be in the OAA Conference. White Division matchup as the defending Division IV state champ Harper Woods takes on Birmingham Groves. We'll have all the action next Friday, September 27th at 7 o'clock on the State Champs YouTube channel, and of course with our friends at Local 4 Plus. 2:11 to go here. Let's see how King plays this. Keep it on the ground, try to eat some yards. Henry, the lone setback, gets the handoff. Big hole out past the 20, inside the 20, very close to a first down. He's going to be about a yard short, but a 9-yard gain. And you wonder if King maybe opts to try a field goal late, right?
If that's the case, they're going to have to get within, 5-10 yards. It'd have to be extra point territory.
Very close, you're right.
Yeah, but right now they got Tayshawn Henry, number 8, the big back, getting these hard yards for him right now.
High snap. Henry takes the handoff up the middle again. He's got the first down. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. Punches it past the 15 to the 14. Clock stops for the moment, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at the Technician 14. Isn't football a strange game, Grant Perry?
It's a game of streaks, and right now King caught a break on that punt. It's put them into a winning position.
Cass Tech's going to call a timeout. Try to reserve some time themselves, or at least talk about what to do defensively. Take a look here at the schedule. As we mentioned, we saw that game against Cleveland Heights. We saw De La Salle. We know how good Coach Roan's team is, but bouncing back nicely last week with a win against Renaissance. Boy, how good would it look if they win a game at Cass Tech? My goodness gracious. And Cass Tech, certainly always a tough schedule. Make no mistake about that. PSL playoffs. I think everybody and their brother just kind of assumes, right? King and Cass Tech getting back together again, right? A couple times a year.
Yeah, and those first 2 games, Rockford, that's 2 hours west of here, and then they went down to Canton McKinley. So they've been on the road. They've had their fair share of adversity.
All right, Flemister, shotgun formation. Henry, the lone setback. 5'11", 200-pound senior. Gets the handoff, puts his head down, punches his way inside the 10. They're going to mark him just shy of the 10, but 5 yards there, setting up a 2nd and 5. Clock running, a minute 10 left in this one. All of a sudden, very silent on this near sideline. Flemister, shotgun, looking over the defense. Henry, the big back, on his left hip. Claps his hands, fakes the handoff. He's going to roll outside, throw outside, nobody home. Miscommunication. I think the receiver went to the back of the end zone. The pass went to the far pylon, but I think it's a ball that Flemister had to get away anyway with the pressure on him.
Yeah, and smart decision of not taking the sack there, knowing where your receiver was going to be, anticipating that, and just dirting that ball to an area in which he is, avoiding the intentional grounding, keeping your guys in field goal range. Good play, good heads-up play there by Flemister.
4 down territory? Might be. 3rd and 6 from the 10-yard line. Henry stays in as the lone setback. Flemister looks over that defense. Big 3rd down, claps his hands. Gonna pitch it out to Henry. Henry's hitting the backfield, slowed down and then gang tackled back to the 14-yard line. Here it is, Grant, decision time. Do you go for it at 4th and 9 or do you send the kicking team out there?
I think with the given history of their kicking game, I think they're going to have to go with it. I mean, missed 2 extra points today. Put the ball in your playmaker's hands here.
Clock running. Let's see if they take a timeout, and they are. They're going to take a timeout and talk about this with 15.2 seconds remaining. You want drama in Detroit? You got drama in Detroit. 12-12 game between Cass Tech and Detroit King. Detroit King at the 14-yard line with what should be about a 4th and 9. So again, they can pick up the 1st down. The clock would stop momentarily, but then start again. Or do they take their shot in the end zone now? Those are the same conversations I'm sure the Cass Tech defense is having right now.
Yep, and if you're Cass Tech, I mean, you got to have body on body, man denial, ball denial defense here, but also keep in mind that you want to have a good pass rush, try to get Flemister off his spot, not give him any time, but also have somebody spy or keep an eye on Flemister because he'll hurt you with his legs as well.
This will be a huge play. No doubt about it. 4th and 9. Do they take their shot now? 2 receivers split to the near side. 2 outside. Flemister in the shotgun. He's got the dangerous Michael Dukes out there with him. And now we get another timeout. Cass Tech's going to take a timeout. Of course they are. Want to see what they bring out there offensively, and they're going to use their timeout, as they should.
A little game of chess, right? You show your formation. We're going to time it out, figure out how we're going to adjust to it. Maybe make you think about maybe changing the formation again, which then messes with players' alignment, where they thought they were going to run the route from. So there's a lot that goes in there. That's a good timeout there. Just make the offense rethink it. Let your defense get a sense of what personnel they're sending out.
Well, I think a lot of people are thinking about the Tigers right now. I'm sorry to tell you they lost 7-1. In the meantime, out at Fenway Park, the Twins and Red Sox are tied 1-1 in the 8th inning. It's fun to scoreboard watch again, isn't it, with the Tigers? What an incredible run A.J. Hinch and this baseball team have had. But we're focused on this game right now. Make no mistake about that. And this is a huge play here. 4th and 9 for the Crusaders on their own 14-yard line. And yes, they're going for it. Single coverage near side. Keep an eye on that. Jesse Little. 2 receivers far side. Shotgun formation. Flemister back to pass. Looking, firing, incomplete. He had a man open at the goal line and just put a little bit too much hot sauce on that pass, Grant.
Yep, he was sitting. He was trying to get it was a double post wheel by the halfback. You're going to see Michael Jobe, number 2. He's going to roll out to the. Oh, no, that's Damon Stennis. They're going to put the receiver in the backfield. They're trying to double post, which is a great cover for beater. Flemister goes to reset over the middle. A little too excited. He sees the receiver so open. Doesn't reset his feet. Doesn't put up a good ball on him. He could have underhanded that ball to him, and he would have walked in right there. Cass Tech survives a huge play right there.
Well, barring something miraculous here at this juncture of the game, I think we're headed to overtime. I almost brought up a miraculous play, but I had respect for my broadcast partner.
I think I know what play you're referring to.
I didn't say a word, Grant. I didn't say a word. That wouldn't be nice.
You planted the seed earlier and came back to it. I see what you did there. That's a veteran move. Veteran move.
Sendry in the shotgun, just going to take a knee. We're going to overtime. Of course we are. Cass Tech and Detroit King, don't you go anywhere. We'll have the overtime for you right here on the State Champs Network and on Local 4+.
Your persistence and dedication have brought you this far. But the fire of curiosity within you burns to push beyond your limits. LTU is the place where your passions and curiosities can soar, pushing your mind and body to new magical heights. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
At Hungry Howie's, we're famous for flavor, and this is our Chief Flavor Officer. Every hour of every day, our CFO obsesses over the tastiest ingredients to craft the most delicious flavored crust pizzas at the most unbelievable prices. And he's making this summer the summer of flavor. Try Hungry Howie's all-new Backyard Burger Pizza, or pick up a Pickle Bacon Ranch Pizza for a limited time only. Order a large for just $14.99 each.
Hungry
Howie's! Let's talk about getting you the money you deserve after an accident. There's a lot at stake when you've been injured, and choosing the wrong team for your case could be devastating to your recovery. But you don't have to play this game alone. That's why you should call SAM. They've been fighting and winning for families like yours forever, and they've recovered billions of dollars for injured clients. When you're hurt, there's too much on the line. Get the Bernstein Advantage and get what you deserve. Call SAM.
Well, of course, we're going to overtime here. 12-12, your score after 4 quarters of play. And why don't we throw it down to Patty down on the field? Patty, you've had the best seat in the house for this one. Tell us about the vibe heading into overtime.
Yes, I have. I mean, both teams just going back and forth at each other. And is this any other fitting end to this rivalry game than going into overtime? I don't really think so. But both sides having conversations with their teams. I can't really hear what's going on in the huddles. There's a lot of commotion going on, but this atmosphere, the student sections, the fans are also going crazy as well. This is a fun place to be on a Friday night. Back up to you guys.
No doubt about it. Grant Perry, you've been in some of those huddles. What's being talked about down on the field?
First off, I mean, when you get the ball, limit your penalties, both offensively and defensively. That's been the big story here today. Both teams have hurt each other, hurt themselves by the penalties they've committed. Second, hold on to the football. Can't afford to take any turnovers, have any turnovers. And third, establish a run game. The team that can run the ball the best here, especially down in the red zone when they're approaching that end zone, is going to find the most success.
See Jalen Howell heading out to the center of the field. David Calmise heading out there, talking to the guys. There's that Zenith helmet. Overtime here under the lights at Cass Tech. Look at the officials even showing John Kidd. Look at heads and tails. Cass Tech wins. Cass Tech wins the toss. And of course, Grant, as you know, you always like to let the other guy go first.
You like to let your defense get out there, get a stop, and then all you got to do is kick 3. So we'll see if that goes according to plan here.
Here we go. Overtime, MHSAA style. What a fun night here tonight down in Cass Tech. A lot of passion on both sides of the field. Anybody's game. Head out onto the field. Put that Crusader offense out there to start. We'll see what happens here. In offense, it scored on an electrifying long touchdown to start this game, but Grant, not a lot after that. Not a lot after that.
They caught a spark early, was riding with it, caught that pick six, then following drive, and then hasn't had much in the end zone.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. You get 4 downs. It really is simple. So Henry back in the game. Shotgun formation. Flemister has trouble with the snap. He's going to have to pick it up and run. Tries to get outside, spin move, but not going to happen. Look who brought him down. Both sides of the field. That young man makes plays. Make no mistake about it. Corey Sadler, that's going to be a loss of 1, setting up a 2nd and goal from the 11.
In that situation, you only got 10 yards to work with. Definitely don't want to go backwards. It's going to hurt your progression there. And then as the downs go on, right, you get more predictable. The further out you are, see what personnel comes in here. I think they're going to take the heavies out, put the skills in, the smaller skills, shiftier players, see if they go to the air on this play.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Amongst them, I saw Jerome Perry check in. Haven't seen a lot of him tonight. Senior running back, 5'8", 185. Henry stays in. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Keep it on the ground to Henry. He tries the middle. A little space out past the 10, but only up to the 8. Setting up a 3rd and goal from the 8. Well, if you follow Grant Perry logic, you go for it on 3rd down, get 4 yards. You go for it on 4th down, get 4 yards. Easier said than done.
Yeah, easier said than done. Both these defenses have really stepped up this second half and really shut down the run lanes. Interesting to see here if King takes this as a 2-play approach here, if they don't get it on 3rd down, or if they kick the field goal on 4th.
Trip receivers on the outside. 1 on the inside. You've got number 2, Michael Dukes out there. Darrell's going to tuck it up and run inside the 5. Boy, he's close. He's going to be down at about the 3-yard line. So here's what you were just talking about, Grant. Decision time. Do you send the kicking unit out there, or do you say, nah, we're going to try to punch this in the end zone? I have a feeling I know what they're going to do here.
Yep, I think they're going to go hard and pound the football here, put their big boys back in, just tell the offensive line, hey, get a push. We'll find a seam, try to get this in the end zone versus kicking it up through the uprights.
Flemister looks to the far sideline, now comes back in. Checking back in is Michael Dukes. Rontrez McLeod, who plays on both sides of the ball, out there as well. They brought those big bodies out there. You are absolutely right. Xavier Newsom, a D lineman, he checks in. I think we're going to get a timeout here by Cass Tech. They saw that big unit out there that you spoke of, and this is a huge play, Grant. 4th and goal from the 3.
Nice little wrinkle here would be you bring in the big guys, you get everyone lined up tight, everyone's on the line of scrimmage, and you go a little play action. That's something to keep in mind here. You got Xavier Newsom, 6'6", tight end, along with a couple other big fellas up front that could get open here for a 3-yard gain. You want to put a big body on a cornerback or a safety type. This is the down to do it.
No doubt about that. 12-12, we are in overtime. What an exciting game this has been down here at Cass Tech. And it got a lot better for Grant Perry and I once the Sun said, you know what, guys, we're going to hide behind Motor City Casino. I can't stress that enough.
It worked out perfectly for us, that's for sure.
So here you go.
All right.
4th down. Going to spread it out a little bit. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. My jaw would drop if they didn't run this ball.
Yep. I think they're going to keep it with Flemister here if I had to guess.
Michael Dukes in there. Henry in there. Flemister in the shotgun. Throws it. Touchdown. Boy, good play fake there, huh?
Yeah, really good play fake. Little power read action. Get those linebackers, those safeties to step up. And they sneak that pass in there. behind him. Tayshawn Henry, number 8, who's usually a blocker, who's usually carrying that football, does a good job of selling the block and just slipping behind for a good completion there on the RPO. And that's the vision I saw when they brought in that big personnel. You'll see it here again, the power read. Tayshawn Henry's going to act like he's going to block that linebacker on the first level, just swoops around him, is told in the coaching moment there, sell it like you're blocking, get open, turn your hips. Really good job. Defense steps up to stop the run. Pass goes right over their head.
Boy, did they come close to swatting that one down, though. My goodness gracious. So here's the all-important extra point. Stennis out there for this extra point attempt. Straight toe. Snap is down. The kick is no good. Don't know if it was blocked or it was just a low kick that hit somebody up front. We'll take a look here, Grant.
Let's check it out here. Straight toe kick, the old school boot kick. Alex Graham getting a good kick off the line of scrimmage there. Nope, it just kicked it right into the defender's hand. Can't see who jumped there. Still on the ground there, but Cass Tech jumped there, picked it up. Really good job. I think that was John Baker, number 9, the 6'5", 217-pound senior there, committed to Toledo. Great job, young fella.
So Cass Tech with an opportunity to break King's heart again. The 1-point loss last year, we showed the highlights. They score and kick the extra point here. They're going to do it again. Of course, the Crusader defense, they want to have a different say about that. You can see them getting all kinds of fired up out there right now.
For Cass Tech, you're just figuring out your best plays here. Probably going to get back to that 2-back set. And then also you're telling George Sanchez and that snapper right now, hey, if we score, just be ready. Be ready to kick that extra point. Go get some snaps. Go get some kicks in the net. Be ready to go, because right now we have an opportunity here to win this game if we put this in.
It is going to be number 10, Seth Sendry, the senior quarterback, 5'11" and a $171, leading the team out there. Lone setback is going to be the freshman, Julian Taylor. Got a receiver split far side, one near side, and a flag flies before the play starts. Let's see. I think they're talking men. Are they saying 12 men on the field? That is a disaster.
That was step 1 of the overtime process from my game plan there. Avoid the penalties. You can't afford to go back and hurt yourself there. Step 2, protect the football. Got to do step 1 before you do step 2.
Now loss of 5 there. So first and goal from the 15-yard line. Well, who's kidding who? You got 4 plays. You got 4 plays to try to punch it in the end zone. Sendry sends a man in motion. That's Sadler. The give is to Sadler. He's hit at the 15 and pushed back right away. So that goes for no gain, setting up a second and goal from the 15-yard line.
I don't know about that one. I mean, you get your athlete. You got Corey Sadler. We've been talking about his ankle. I just don't love the half-motion jet sweep. But you got King that's just eager to tackle you. I know Corey Sadler's there is pausing, trying to see if he can work it inside through the A and B gap. But in that situation, I mean, you'd like to have guys moving full speed, trying to get the defense on their toes. That time the defense was just able to see it, read it, and react.
Second and goal from the 15-yard line. We're in overtime. The Crusaders from Detroit, Martin Luther King with an 18-12 lead. Cass Tech trying to tie it up and potentially win it. I think we got a timeout on the field. King is going to call the defensive timeout there. So it gives Cass Tech a chance to talk about what they want to do here. Oh, boy. Can't script this drama, huh?
No, sir. They came out in that 2-back set there right before the timeout. That's where they've had most of their success in the passing game this second half. Expect to try to get that running back in the flat, one of those playmakers in the slot to run a corner, a post, and then the third option being that outside receiver trying to find the vacated zone windows to sit down, catch the ball, and make a play upfield.
So let's see what the technicians dial up here. Sendry out there. He's been out there most of this second half. Certainly got the offense going, Grant. But he needs to get him going here. 2nd and goal from the 15-yard line in overtime. Julian Taylor in the backfield along with Carson Lovett. 2 receivers split near side, 1 far side. Sendry back to pass. Under pressure, backside, down, the ball's loose, Who fell on it? I think Cass Tech fell on it. They did. Oh my goodness gracious, that could have been the game, but a big heads up by Evan Gooden.
Check
falling
it out
on
here.
that ball.
Says Sandry just sitting, wants to throw it to Corey Sandler, pumps it twice. Got to get rid of that football, have better ball security at the same time. Doesn't see the guy coming from the backside. That's number 0. That's Willie Fletcher making an impact, the 6'2", 230-pound with the sack fumble. And Xavier Newsome just a tad behind Corral in that fumble for the win right there.
Well, as it is, 3rd and goal from the 27-yard line. Are we getting another timeout here? Whistles. The players looking around. I'm not sure what the delay is. Cass Tech talking about something on the near sideline, but we're ready to get her going.
King wisely is going to have a 2-safety look here, preventing anything deep. Watch out for the double moves if you're King right now.
Sendry back to pass. Wants it all. Looking end zone, just out of the reach of the extended arms of Sykes.
Oh boy. Film tomorrow. Seth Sendry is going to see this play. I know he's looking to the front side, the strong side of the passing strength, but boy, he had a screaming wide open touchdown to number 7, Alex Graham right there.
Wow, and you can still see Graham kind of standing there with his hands going,
yeah,
man, I was open.
It's one of those plays as a receiver where you don't understand why you're so open. Unfortunately, the quarterback hasn't been going through his progressions. Sticks to one side there, misses a wide open opportunity to the left there.
Here's your ball game, potentially.
Xavier Newsome stepping in at the deep safety, bringing in that height for that 6'6".
If the Crusaders can get a stop here, they win, period. If Cass Tech can put it in the end zone, they could win. Looks like the Crusaders are rushing 3. Sendry steps up in the pocket. Hit as he throws. In the air. Dropped. It doesn't matter. King wins. The Crusaders come in and win this game in overtime by a score of 18-12. What a game here, Grant Perry, at Cass Tech.
Yeah, what a finish. I mean, last year both these games came down to the wire both times they played, and this game was no different.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with some parting thoughts on the State Champs Network and Local 4+.
Numbers are important.
Billions recovered for clients.
3 generations of lawyers.
50 years of fighting and winning.
And now for the most important number of them all, 1-800-CALL-SAM. It's the number you call after an accident.
It's the number you call to get the Bernstein Advantage.
It's the best call you'll ever make.
And it's the only number you need to know.
If you've been injured, call Sam Bernstein Law. Everyone knows our number.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
One of the best sights you can see after a hard-fought game. 2 longtime rivals meeting at the midfield stripe and shaking hands. Only one can walk away a winner, and tonight It's the visitors finding a way in overtime, Grant, and winning this one 18-12.
Yeah, pulled it out. Came out of the gate, started hot, really set the tone. King, the Crusaders, that is, they came out with a touchdown pass, a deep one to Damon Stennis, and then a pick six there by Julian Wyndham. Doing a great job of setting the tone, but then Cass Tech came on late, added some fire, found some energy in the run game, found some plays on the perimeter with the receivers. Then when they came to overtime, King prevailed.
We're going to throw it down to Patty Cesarini in a moment, but Grant Perry, I can ask you now, who were your MVPs tonight? Tough job for you tonight, my friend.
Tough one. I mean, both teams played well. If Cass Tech edged that one out, I think I would have went Corey Sadler just with his touchdown late. But for King, I put it between Jaden Wyndham and Damon Stennis, both the touchdown scorers there in that first half. Guys that really set the tone early on and got this team rolling.
No doubt about that. I can see John Kidd following the victorious Crusaders down on the field. Patty Cesarini making her way over as well. We'll have a conversation down on the field momentarily. But as always, this game doesn't surprise. Just a dramatic win here tonight for the Crusaders. A lot of the hometown crowd hanging their head. But the game of football is the winner here tonight, Grant Perry. Another exciting addition, another exciting chapter in what has been a fantastic story in the MHSAA annals.
Yeah, and both these teams, they're going to come away with a lot to learn tonight. A lot of mistakes were made, a lot of penalties. And if Cass Tech can find a way to channel this and use this to their benefit somehow, they're going to have a good end of their season here, a good follow through to their season. And King, they can have the opportunity to build on this and really be a monster here in the Division II League.
King headed to the far sideline now to celebrate with some of their friends and family. No feeling like it. You let me know when we can throw it down to Patty. As a matter of fact, Patty Cesarini, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Terrell Patrick. What an absolute thriller this one was. What was your message to the guys before going into overtime?
Finish. Defense played today, and offense, you had something good happen for them. We just had to finish the game. Yep.
How proud are you of your guys in the fight that they displayed tonight, start to finish, not only on defense but offensively as well?
It's a process to be a champion, and you got to take these steps during the season. This was just extremely proud.
You said one of the tricks to this game is managing those guys' emotions, not only during the game but after the game as well. How can you possibly contain that excitement over there?
You have to. But I'm gonna let them celebrate.
All right, go enjoy this one, Coach. His first win as a head coach, King versus Cass, his first rivalry win. Back up to you guys.
Great stuff, Patty. Really appreciate the work you did all night. And I say this each and every week, and they're not just words. The best crew in the business. For them to put things together the way that they do is phenomenal each and every week. Not only our state champs crew, but certainly all our friends from Local 4 Plus as well. Grant Perry, I'm going to give you the final word here, my friend.
I mean, we wanted a great game, and we got one. I'm excited with the outcome here. I mean, both these teams, if they turn it to the right direction, they can have great ends of their seasons, great follow-throughs. Both these teams are going to be successful here going forward.
And there's your player of the game, if I'm not mistaken. If Kevin wants to put that graphic up there, take a look at that beautiful trophy down there. But pretty hard to argue that, and I believe we're going to have a conversation momentarily with Patty down on the field. Let me know when we can throw it to Patty. As I said, we've got a fantastic crew doing 1,000 things at once in the waning moments of this game, and I think Patty's going to have a conversation with the quarterback, the victorious quarterback, I might add, of the Detroit King Crusaders. Patty?
That is right, guys. I'm here with Daryl Flemister. Coming into today, you were on concussion protocol all week long. I mean, how did you just get yourself ready physically and mentally for tonight's matchup?
Went over my plays at home like my coach told me to, did my workouts I was supposed to do, and just came. I was ready to play. Stayed in shape while had my concussion. I was ready to play.
Huge overtime win. I mean, take me through that last drive.
My head coach, Coach Terrell Patrick, told me told me to be poised, be patient, and do what I could do. Do what I'm known for best doing. I did what he told me to do.
All right, well, I'm going to go let you celebrate and enjoy this one. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Great stuff. Really appreciate it, Patty. Hey, Grant, always a pleasure working with you, man. I mean that. Your knowledge is second to none. Why don't we do it again next week? You want to do it again next week?
Friday?
Yeah,
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
I'll see you there.
See you there, pal.
Hey, I want to thank the entire crew again, the best crew in the business, our friends at Local 4. Most importantly, I want to thank you for inviting us into your laptops, your computers, your phones, whatever the case may be. The final score tonight from Cass Tech in overtime. Detroit Martin Luther King Crusaders 18 and the Cass Tech Technicians 12. Good night from Cass Tech.
State Champs Sports Network is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. Visit ltu.edu today. State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza, home of the original flavored crust pizza. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Reaction Technologies. Up your game. Go to reactiontechnologies.com for more information. The Construction Association of Michigan, the voice of the construction industry in Michigan. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.